3, 2, 1.
Yo, we got your back when you driving to work or driving home. If you on a plane or you at the gym or you home alone, all you gotta do to listen to the shows, turn on your phone. Two Ugly Nerds podcast, tell you what's going on. This is the podcast.
Eric is ugly and would not judge anybody else.
There's no other insult.
When did you learn that you were ugly?
Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Welcome to the
What's going on, guys? Welcome to a special Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Yeah.
For E3.
E3 special.
E3 special, man.
E3 special.
Y'all know E3 was just this past weekend. So, as we told y'all on Sunday, we're back. Talk about all things E3 so we can get it all in one shot. As always, I'm joined by Ian Berserk Music. He's below me again. Figured we'd just keep it rolling from Sunday. Why not? It's right there. Your little.
What's going on, y'all?
We support each other.
He will be back in his 4K beauty soon. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. Don't worry.
Next time we record, I'll be good.
Crispy, clean.
Do I need to do drops for the special? I don't need to do all the additives for the special, right? Y'all know. Y'all know Ian. It's super producer.
Should know by now.
Also is joined by Geronimo, Mr. Nintendo. He has on a Luigi hat, literally.
Had to bring it out. I mean, here.
Come on, man. So
Had to.
you already know what this is. One thing I wanted to say, two things I wanted to start this off with. One, how did y'all feel about E3 overall? What did it meet expectations, exceed expectations? You were hype? Are you a little hype for some things?
Overall, I think it felt pretty last minute for all virtual E3. I think it was decent. I mean, there were some highs and definitely some lows, but overall, the stuff that I did enjoy or found pretty cool. I'm glad they were there. The stuff that weren't cool, they probably should have just kept it and save some of us the screen time, the watch time, etc. But overall,
took lunch breaks for some of that shit.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, overall, I'm not mad. I watched the show in its entirety. Hopefully, it comes back full power next year. Maybe even an actual in-person event again.
Right. Yeah. Ian?
I personally appreciated that it was straight to the point, no gimmicks or none of the side stuff that they would do, weird
Jason
Irish
Derulo
bands that they would have.
Jason Derulo.
None of that, none of those awkward crowd, interaction type things that we gotta watch.
Yeah.
Xbox had Usher out one time years ago. It was pretty funny. They did, bro.
I remember that shit. Bro.
I think he was.
Play video games.
I think it was for like a dance. It was one of the dance.
It was one
bands.
of them shits, yeah, bro.
Or my
Dance Central or Just Dance one of them.
Yeah, I think it was
one
Dance
shits,
Central
bro,
for Xbox.
It was not good, bro.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. There's some memes on YouTube. If you just search Xbox Usher, you'll find some good stuff. And that goes
every
for our
time, bro.
listeners.
Every time they do that, it's like, do they not realize they just get clown? I guess it's still interaction.
They all do it.
But I guess it's still interaction though. So, and you know what? They don't care that like the 25 and ups are clowning them. There's an 8-year-old somewhere going crazy. You know what I mean? They don't care. So I understand. I understand. Like I get it.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are we? Fuck y'all. I don't care that y'all clowning me. Y'all not my target. Your mama's is gonna buy it for your little brothers anyway. So say what you want.
That's a big fact.
Or guess what?
There.
Funny enough, you gonna buy it for your younger siblings, your cousins, all that clowning you're doing on the internet.
When they ask you about it,
right to GameStop.
And when they ask you about it, you'll be sitting there like, damn,
checkout line
I was laughing tears in my eyes, and now I gotta pay the money for it.
Yeah, damn right.
Watch them play it. At least they'll be happy, I guess.
And you about to jump in and enjoy yourself. Watch.
Because they ask you to.
About to have a blast.
Daddy, mommy, come in. Man.
Oh man.
I appreciate that too, though, Ian. Yeah, straight to the point.
Facts. Definitely. That was a big major fact. I kind of overlooked that, but you're right. I definitely appreciated. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's kind of what I expected. I wasn't too hype on it going in. I wasn't expecting much. I think the two things that got me the most hype was probably Far Cry and Super Monkey Ball. You know, so like I came out of that feeling pretty good. You know, but overall, you know, as a 3-day event, 4-day event, yeah, I was just like, all right, you know what I mean? Like this wasn't worth 4 days. Like y'all probably could have done this in a day or two.
Could have done the weekend.
Yeah,
Saturday,
basically.
Sunday. That's it.
Yeah, they could have knocked it out Saturday, Sunday, and let people go about their business to work on Monday and shit. Because yeah,
that's
yeah,
really that was kind of like the vibe for half of it anyway. Because like in between stuff, they're just trailers dropping randomly, and it's just like follow enough on Twitter. I was able to see some of them, or at least see that they drop trailers. And I was like, okay, right, it is.
Yeah. It was just weird, man, and it's like they don't know Euro 2020 is on, bro. Like nobody want to watch.
You know what? I did hear about that. Actually,
nobody trying to fucking see
Portugal's playing someone.
Your indie showcase. The fuck, nigga, be watching Spain play, watching France and Germany, nigga. No, look, yeah, I mean, it was okay. I think it was always bound to be a little underwhelming. So, for me, it didn't really underwhelm me because I went in a little underwhelmed. So I just kind of met my expectations and a little bit exceeded because I wasn't expecting to see Super Monkey Ball and see a release date. So, you know, for me, I was like, okay, well, that was it enough for me to, you know, get caught up and be excited. So, yeah, pretty decent, I guess. And then something else I noticed with this E3 is I noticed like game trailers a lot. They'll use like when they're using a trailer, even if it's a CGI trailer, it's still normally from like maybe a cut scene in the game or something like that. And I feel like with the sandbox that you've built for this game, when you're making these CGI trailers, especially the CGI trailers, I feel like there should be more. And the Far Cry trailer kind of inspired me to this. And I don't know if that trailer will actually end up being like an actual cutscene or something in the game. But I feel like video game trailers should go a little bit more out of their way to give us a CGI trailer that really doesn't give us anything from the actual game. Like, you know how a movie trailer, you know how sometimes the Marvel trailers will give us scenes that don't show up in the movie at all? Ain't nowhere in the movie, but it was it's in a trailer. Like we've seen like this, you know, YouTube, you can go on YouTube for anybody who doesn't know. You can go on YouTube and you can find like people breaking down scenes from trailers that people were like super hyped to see and then it never showed up in the movie because it was never supposed to. It's just something extra that they pulled out. Maybe it's something they cut, but they'll put in the trailer to generate hype and do stuff like that. I think they'd be really dope to do that with these video game trailers as well, so that we don't, because I'm finding that I don't like the point in the game where I reach the commercial. You know what I mean? Like this is what is in that YouTube ad. This is what's on that ad. This is what's that trailer was that I saw 100 times. And even if I'm hyped for the game, it's like, oh, okay, I reached that point in the game now where you say the thing. And I know what you're doing already because it looks exactly the same. I just feel like they have a sandbox. Like, just like go ahead and make it something different. You know what I mean? I think that'd be really dope for them to do. I just wish there was a little more variety in it. And I don't know if, you know, maybe there are some trailers out there that do that, just create like stuff that's further away from what the actual story is telling or anything like that. Like they could put like in Far Cry 6, they could put him in any scenario just around. They could just show us like a random scene of him talking to his minions or something. You know what I mean? Like just anything like that, or just messing with a rebel or something. Just something to get you, that still gets you hyped for the game, still shows off the character's personalities and stuff like that, but it doesn't actually, that's not going to show up in the game. We don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't need to see that in the game. It doesn't move the story in any way. It's just a kind of off scene that still shows you something with these characters. I think that would be a deeper way to get us into these trailers. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I definitely see what you mean. And I can think of one. It's very, very specific one. It's kind of like, I know what you're saying. I think it's kind of like, not necessarily like a super CGI trailer. I mean, some of those can, you know, explain the concept decently well, and you can still be excited in the idea, but that's not the actual gameplay. It's not like that's not what's going to be what you're playing when you have the controller in your hand. But it's like so much just like there's a lot of those in Xbox. We'll get to those later. Oh, what's up,
I
Ian?
get why it's done, you know.
Yeah.
I was saying I get why it's done. I mean, they're not trying to sell it to people who are already fans of the game. So us as fans don't want to see scenes that are in the game that are like pivotal scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Whereas
it's like a pitch
people who
or
aren't
whatever.
really, you know, yeah, they really want you to, people who aren't into the franchise yet, they really want you to get the game. They're going to show you, they want to show you like, hey, this is going to happen in the
Yeah, like
game.
this is an intense moment.
You know?
Yeah.
Boom, bam, glitz, and yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's the same reason I'm like, I don't really like watching trailers of movies either. You know what I'm saying? Because they do the same thing.
Yeah, no, they definitely do. You know, it's shout out to Marvel for being one of the few ones that always will just try to misdirect you out the blue with a trailer randomly. Like Kevin Feige will just try to throw you for a loop out randomly, and I think it's hilarious. But it's interesting to me because you can still show us really cool stuff that gets us hyped for the movie without showing us actual stuff from the movie, which is, you know what I mean? Like
smart.
It's about the characters.
You market it right, I guess. Yeah,
for sure. All right, man. Let's kick off this E3 shit, man. First up, we gonna talk about this because I think this is the funniest shit. The E3 awards. Okay. And I want to preface this. At the end of towards the end of this show, I'm gonna give a lot of love to Xbox. So this is not Xbox hate that I'm starting the show with. This is just industry hate. This is I hate how politics are played hate. That's what this is. All right. It's not to Microsoft specifically or to Xbox fans. Okay. So don't, whatever. All right. They named Forza Horizon the overall most anticipated game of E3.
The entire show, all the studios, all the games shown.
I think Forza Horizon 5 looked good.
I think
it looked good. I think it looks like a cool game. I'm not knocking that game. I think it looked fantastic. Maybe there are more fans of that game than I realized, but that's okay. Now, to my knowledge, Forza is still an Xbox exclusive game, right? It's exclusive to that system, so it is an Xbox title. Right?
That platform, yep.
So, if they won the overall most anticipated game, you would assume then the most anticipated game on Xbox would then be Forza Horizon 5. But of course, it's not. It's Halo Infinite.
Absolutely.
So
that'd be mine.
I'm just a bit confused by how that works. And that just lets you know somebody paid a little money to rearrange some shit somewhere because that don't make no sense.
They pay off them cars in them trailers, man. They got real cars in Mexico, man.
I get it, man. I get it. They needed another chance to showcase that game again to remind you, like, hey, this game looks really good. And there's mini games, and it's Mexico. There's off-road stuff and on-road. You can do a lot. Real cars. Like, okay, we get it. It's cool. We understand. Now I just thought that was crazy to me. Like, why the disparity there? I couldn't understand that.
I don't even know who voted for well, it must be the panel people that are running. It has to be. Because for me, in my opinion, because like I agree with like what you said, Derek. Like I'll definitely put Halo Infinite up there just because they showed improvements, the little bit of campaign they showed, and the multiplayer looks phenomenal. Great evolution of classic and new Halo together. Yeah. But I think the most watched trailer of all the new games of everything in E3 was Battlefield 2042. So I think by that barometer, that should technically numbers game the most anticipated game. And it looks great too. Once it gets to Xbox,
there was a lot of games there were some games that did look good here. We're not, even though we said that, maybe it wasn't the most exciting E3, there were some stuff that did look good, even if it is like maybe stuff we've seen before or whatever. There's stuff that look good. So it's not like it's a overall knock to the whole conference, but I just, and it's not a knock to Forza Horizon either, but I just do think it's, like, come on, like there was a lot of games here, and I just don't think if you talk to most people, I don't know that Horizon cracks most people's top 5 at this conference. But I could be biased. Maybe I just don't know better. I
mean, Forza is pretty popular. It's just known in our like circle. Really raves about it.
I'm thinking, but I'm even saying like I don't even see people like going crazy. I didn't see my timeline go, oh, Forza. Like I didn't see that happen. Like I was looking
but that's just who I follow.
See, and I'm just following the wrong people. Okay, I don't follow.
But I mean,
people.
at the same time, still though, most anticipated. I mean,
most anticipated when Halo was shown.
I think it's also because they threw a really
when Metroid Dread was shown. Like,
well, okay, so
but again, maybe that's a little more. Maybe that's Metroid, a little more niche too. Like, but I'm just
Metroid is of
Starfield
all the Nintendo
was shown. Stuff. Like, and you're telling me that Forza was the most anticipated. Like,
I mean,
I don't know. I'm gonna give that game some love later so I can make up for it. I mean, but I'm sorry. I don't think that was the most anticipated.
That's pretty surprising. I would have if they said Halo or Starfield, then I'd been
I'd have been cool with that.
Maybe a little less. Maybe not Starfield because they didn't really show true gameplay. They showed a lot of
but
gameplay.
It's just hype, right? It's just hype.
Yeah, just
it doesn't matter about like if it.
I mean, they showed a ton of gameplay for Forza.
I mean,
it does look very impressive,
and that's facts. That is facts. I just don't think if you surveyed most people, Forza is coming up too early in the list. If you list them the games that were shown and said pick 5, I don't know how many people are throwing Forza on that list.
Dang, it's not my 5 anymore.
I don't know. I just feel like there's a good bit of games here, and I don't think it makes the top 5. But that's not a knock to Forza. That doesn't mean it's bad, right? All right, let's get into one of these showcases that floppity flop.
Super duper flop.
Gerard, your boys over at Gearbox.
Man, I like is all I care about is the Borderlands. That's really I don't care about anything else they do. I know. But Randy Pitchford's that crazy uncle that comes to the barbecue and you just be like, hi, Uncle Randy, and that's it. Keep it moving, keep it light, skate over it.
Yeah, but they just I can't really understand what they were going for with this. E3 in a down year, you decide to have your own showcase, and I just feel like you go with your big gun that people are waiting for, right? Which is Borderlands announcements, and they don't do any of that. Did they even mention Borderlands? Oh, they mentioned
they play. I heard they played the same trailer.
Like yeah, they play like a DLC from like the past or something like that. Like Tina's tiny Tina.
Oh,
that makes sense.
I didn't watch it, but from what you're telling me, he probably played the trailer from or something from the last DLC for Borderlands 2 because this new game is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. It seems to be like a high fantasy D&D type of version of the Borderlands gameplay, but it's not set in that world. It's just, I mean, it has characters, but it's like a true spin-off. Based off that trailer. It was a cool trailer. No real gameplay, but it was a cool trailer. It's based off of this one DLC where it was basically like Tiny Tina was like narrating a Dungeon Dragon session. It was just a bunch of stuff. It was just that type of Borderlands flair, but it was really good. It was really well done. Had a good story with the Tiny Tina character. But yeah, they should have showed gameplay, like because they announced it was coming out early next year. Like,
and they didn't show anything. So
they didn't have any gameplay ready. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's really weird. There was none of that, and then they took it a step further, doubled down on Godfall, which we won't hang on too long because we just kind of shit on it again on Sunday. But they doubled down on Godfall to let us know with excitement in their voices that it's coming to PS4. Yes. And also
that's what we really wanted.
Right.
But also that the DLC is coming. Now, I don't know what the DLC is called. I'm not gonna lie to you. I turned that shit off the second they started talking about DLC. I don't know what the fuck that shit is called. That shit is terrible. Listen, Godfall is not a good game. It don't look like they're making any updates to make it a better game. And they got the nerve to release DLC. And this game is still at $70, I believe. Yeah, they got life fucked up.
I think the lowest I think I've seen on sale for 50, but that's still
the game better be
way too high.
$3.99 for all PS4 players if you want anybody to play this garbage, and the DLC better be 99 cents free, but you get a free voucher from PlayStation for $5. So you make $4 in your PlayStation account. Go buy you some FIFA points or something. I don't know. Do something else, bro, because I refuse to feel like anybody has to pay money for this bullshit. And then for them to tell, all right, man. Hey,
just
look,
never really looked
Gearbox just made themselves look bad.
They did.
And they're not a bad developer. You know what I mean? Like I think they do.
They
make
just
good
did
games.
not come here with a good hand.
You know?
I mean, they had one thing.
And the Borderlands games are great. I like the Borderlands games. They're not my favorite. I don't play them all the time, but I've played through them. I do enjoy them. But this wasn't good. Bad.
Probably should have stayed home. Honestly.
Yeah. Or just jumped on somebody else's if you want to show this shit. The issue is they kind of try to push Godfall on PS5 really, and so Sony wasn't.
Yes.
Here. So
that was one of their like main like non-PlayStation like non-Sony games. They're like, yo, because they had like promotions for it. They're like, yo, get like what was I think if you got certain bundles, they came with like Godfall trying to push it.
I remember it was coming with yeah. So look, man, glad I didn't fall into that trap. Knack was way better than what this is.
Yeah, Knack looked way more interesting.
You know what I mean? Like when you're talking about early games in a life cycle. See, we got friends that maybe not understand like the early adopter thing, but we did this already with PS4s, so I know what it's like being here. Like I played Bloodborne, which I hate and suck at, and I played Knack, which is it's a children's game, but somehow I got into it. Knack is better than whatever Godfall is trying to do. Like
absolutely,
I would play Knack 3 before I ever pick up Godfall for any amount of money. So Gearbox, man, sad day, man. Hope they do like a Gearbox direct or something, and
with some gameplay. Damn it, don't come through trailer number 2, CGI trailer number 2 of Tiny Tina Wonderlands.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Gameplay. Yeah, they got to do that quick, man. Real quick. Okay. Now we get into some meat. Now we get into some real good shit here, okay?
Oh yeah.
Nintendo.
All right. I'll be honest. My lowest expectation for Nintendo, I didn't think they're gonna be trash. I didn't really know what they're gonna bring at all because somehow none of their stuff leaked, which that's pretty impressive, honestly. My lowest bar was they had to show Breath of the Wild 2 again because the director this year, they had Onuma-san, the Zelda dude that produces most of them. He was like, we don't have gameplay now, but we will show it to you later in the year. And so E3 is the no-brainer. And then the Smash Brothers character, at least one. I kind of was expecting 2 so they can knock it out, but they just got 1.
Right.
So yeah, I guess there was.
We can go in order. I mean, they started with the Smash Brothers.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So they opened up with Smash Brothers, no logo cross intro thing, whatever. Just show with someone carrying Gandorf, big man Gandorf, throw him into a fiery pit. And at first I was like, wait, because they didn't show who was carrying him until they threw him off the cliff. And I was like, wait, man, I saw the line. I was like, wait, is this Heihachi? Is this Tekken?
That was really weird to me
with Tekken 7, and they showed Kazuya, and I was like, "Oh shit, we got Tekken!" And then they show a little bit of the gameplay, and he's got 1,000 moves just like in Tekken. So the Smash kids that don't know about like the other fighting games are gonna be mad as hell fighting against him, especially people that know how to play Tekken and Smash Brothers.
Right.
So it was cool. It was like a super hype, like, oh shit, Banjo's in Smash or anything like that, but it was really cool.
Right.
Tekken is cool. I think Tekken deserves it. It's one of like the big fighting games of traditional old school fighting games. And Tekken music in Smash can be dope too. Right. They said they didn't give a true release date, but there's gonna be another Sakurai focused stream late June, like I think before 4th of July. So he'll talk about it then.
Directs.
Yeah. Then after that, we rolled right into they announced Mario Party, which I had a hunch they would do that because when they did the update for the other Mario Party on Switch, they gave it online, which actually works pretty well, surprisingly. Right. They announced a new Mario Party Superstars. And it's something I've always wanted because they did this on 3DS, but it was on 3DS the same year the Switch came out, and I was like, no, don't make this here, put this here. And it's like a kind of like a best hits game from like the first 3 Mario Parties on the N64, where it has like 100 of the old school mini games. It's traditional boards. They show like a board. They show like the Peach Cake from Mario Party 1. They showed the space
one,
Spaceland, from Mario Party 2, which isn't my favorite from there, but whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But they show, it's got full online boards and everything as it should be. They have a bunch of the Mario characters there. It's this, walk around items, the whole thing. So yeah, overall it looks really good. They understood the assignment. They understood what most of us Mario Party people want. Make it like Super Mario Party was good. It was good. They had a couple new things, but just bring it back to the old school, the old mini games, and that's what they did. And it's coming out later this year.
I'd pay for DLCs containing the old. It's more of the older games.
That's what I thought they were gonna do for Super Mario Party.
Bring more maps too.
I thought they were gonna do that
instead. Yeah,
that's all. Honestly, that was one of the two things I wanted from that other Mario Party. Just add proper online, which they did 3 years later. Jesus Christ. And just add more maps because only like 4 or 5 maps in that other one. I mean, this one still has a low count. It only has 5. We only seen 2 out of the 5. They didn't mention anything DLC again, so I'm kind of looking like wish they had more. But overall, it looks pretty good. I think if no one got the other one, well, I mean, a lot of people did get that, but if no one got it or didn't play it much because no online, then I'd say jump on this one for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna grab this one. I never grabbed the other one because 1, I didn't want that smoke, but 2, I never caught it on sale. I don't. Yeah, you guys, as much as you might hear me on here talk about when I do want the smoke, I gotta be honest and say when I don't want it, and I don't want it with Mario Party. I played down my trauma story on here before. I don't want nothing to do with
bruh. They got Mario Party 2 stuff in here, bruh. Well, they changed some of the. I noticed they changed some of the spaces. So I don't know how the Bowser spaces work.
Well, I don't know, bro. I'm but a humble man. Who plays Mario Party very modestly and humbly with respect and grace to his opponents.
Scarred, man. I don't blame you. That should be that day too. We talked about it in the old episode.
That's one game that I was talking shit to, and that game was like, never talk shit ever again. Don't ever believe in yourself in this game because I will just change it.
Mario Party is rude,
think you
bro.
about to win. You think you okay? Guess what?
That's
I'm gonna make up a new rule where you lose a star, and now you lost a star.
Right, I couldn't believe it either. Bowser's like, you ain't got no coins. All right, run me that star then.
What? That was like
the 1% rare thing to happen. What the man? I still can't believe that was so many years ago. I still can't believe that happened.
And the craziest thing is I was laughing because I was like, haha, this nigga gonna try to take my coins, but I ain't got no coins. Haha, bitch.
Right. And usually
I was up. I was like, nigga, you don't need coins to win the game. Nigga, you need stars.
Isn't that
and
crazy?
I got stars.
And I was like, yeah, because usually they'd be like, oh, you ain't got stars or no money.
You don't got no coins? Oh, well. Boom. This nigga said, nah, you ain't got no. So since you don't have any coins, run that star. I said, bro, what?
So nuts.
Bro, what?
Since when? Sticks down to the left.
Nigga, I never looked at everybody. I looked at everybody else in that room. So like, bro, since when was this? When did they put this in the game? Y'all got the DLC? Y'all got an update? Y'all niggas got the patch? Like when did this happen?
I'm so curious if that's gonna still be in it. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna get it yet.
If I play, we'll find out for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Just let me be in the lead coming into the last 2 or 3 rounds. And then Bowser will let you know if that's in the game.
Hey, bro, remember me?
If you go to the settings on Super Mario Party Superstars or whatever, this shit gonna say turn off the Derek rule or turn on the Derek rule. That's how you know if you're gonna get the Bowser steal a star shit right there in the settings. If you want to play on that shit, man, you on and off, man, because that shit is
it is pretty wild. So yeah, it's cool.
I do want to pick this up. It did look really good.
I'm thinking about it. I just want to see more. That's all. Honestly, I feel like if they said, "Yo, we're gonna add more boards," then I'd be in there 100%.
Yeah. I don't have the last one, like you said. So, but also, I guess it's just like it's not a game that I'll pick up like immediately, like first day. But it's just one of those like I'll get it eventually. I'll pick it up eventually, and never tell you niggas I got it.
Oh, we'll find out.
No,
I'll be training on the low.
Yeah, right. He be practicing that bumper balls, bro. No, what's that one?
Hey, look, you can steal my stars, but I'm gonna kick y'all asses at these mini games.
Oh God, what was the mini game you mentioned in the chat? Was it the Castaways?
Castaway.
Oh, Castaway.
They didn't show. I was looking at some videos. They didn't show Castaways. They showed one where like I remember you had like the 2 flags. It was like kind of like Simon Says. You either put
Simon Says
the white one or the red one.
Oh yes.
And now in this one,
I hate that game.
I love that one because it's hilarious. But now it's like if you fuck up, they'll just cut your thing, and you'll like you'll be so far in the clouds, so you still see like a speck in the background. That shit is hilarious. I'm like, damn, you gone. So man, that's really cool. I'm gonna keep an eye on it.
Them keep an eye on it. Something else, man. That is some real
friendship ruiners right
that's,
there.
That's like playing the mini games with your homies is like
true nature comes out,
playing
bro.
like Monopoly with your homies, man. Like it'll get you.
Yeah.
Yo, you start thinking niggas are turning on you for real, bro. Like,
like damn, so it's like that.
Don't you, nigga? Hold on, man.
Learn about
like, when you start.
Learn character.
Oh, don't be knocking characteristics. Me off the stage, man. What was that one you used to have to like twirl the shit?
The tug of war. I'm so
God, yeah.
Okay, so I know for a fact those won't be back because they got hit. I didn't know this until later on, so I didn't know they include children. But apparently Nintendo got hit, like some kid got like an injury. I think he just got like a really bad blister on his palm, and they hit Nintendo with a lawsuit.
Kid with these soft ass.
They hit him with a lawsuit. Oh, my skin hurts. But nah, for real.
Hey, bro, white people can sue you for anything, dog. This
was amazing. The 90s. This was the 90s. This was before cancel culture. This before everything is PC. This is before social media. This is when dial-up was the main internet.
That is amazing. White people have no cell phones for anything, dog. Don't ever forget that, bro.
This was
they can probably sue me for saying that they can sue people. Shit, bro.
But ever since then, there's been no. And I haven't played every Mario Party, but I play like enough
dog
to know it's a trend. Ever since then, from Mario Party 2 on up to now, there's been none where there's none where you gotta do shit like this.
My son a blister.
Oh well, then Castor is definitely not in the game then.
Oh, you're right. Oh, you know what? That is one of them. Oh, I actually love that mini game.
I do too, man.
Man, kids, don't be having weak ass hands and shit. You should film instead. But anyway,
yeah,
that's wild, bro.
Damn, now I'm a little sad. I'm not buying the game.
Yeah, that really was. Shit kind of blew me, dog. Like, the fuck?
Oh shit, I actually really like that mini game. But yeah, so Mario Party Superstar is coming out like October or something like that. So that's cool. One of the big ones. I'm gonna try and be as quick and condensed about it. Not quick. Metroid Dread. 2D Metroid is back. So short history lesson. So there's a bunch of Metroid games, some 2D, some 3D, like Metroid Prime. Metroid originally was 2D. And those there was 4 core games that followed the storyline. And the games, other games, they have place in the storyline too. There's 4 main games. There's the first Metroid, there's Super Metroid, there's first Metroid, there's Metroid 2, Return of Samus, which was on Game Boy. I never played that one, but they did a remake for it on 3DS, which we'll get to that. I played actually very recently. Super Metroid on Super Nintendo, that's like the best one. That's like people talking about Metroidvanias, that's like the game that they point to and be like, that's the gold standard. That's one of the games. And then Metroid Fusion on Game Boy Advance back in 2002. Yeah, 2002. This game is now the 5th actual chronological timeline Metroid game because they just were having apparently just having a hard time getting this game made for various reasons. So long history thing short, back in the old mid late, I think 2006, 2007, there was a thing where I remember IGN was like, oh, Metroid Dread's gonna be happening or something like that, and then it got canceled out of nowhere. Just we heard the name and that was it. So it was like, okay, what the fuck? And then we got a bunch of Metroid Prime since then, some side games, whatever. And then there's a couple rumblings of Metroid Dread several years ago. Actually, I think right when we were in college, rumors, but it was just rumors. So at this point, this game became urban legend. It was like, damn, are we ever gonna see what happened after Metroid Fusion, where you had the little the X parasite thing that made a Samus out just chase you around like a whole space station on some low key creepy shit. So this game, Metroid Dread, they finally made it with a different studio named Mercury Steam. They made a 3DS remake of the Return of Samus. It's called Samus Returns. And so this is gonna be the 5th game. Basically it's following the story of that. Samus got this brand new suit, sick as fuck. She's, you know, the gameplay is really good, polished. It looks. This is the first HD 2. Yeah, the first. No, I think it's just the first HD Metroid. Period. Yes, it is. It's the first HD Metroid. Period. I mean, we got Metroid Prime 4 coming, but they got rebooted, so let's forget about it. Yeah, that's the reason why it's super hyped, because it was like urban legend status, and Metroid was already that one Nintendo series that's like never been as popular as Mario or Zelda or Pokemon or whatever. Never been that popular, but it's just like, it's definitely that one where it's like, it's obviously not super family friendly and stuff. It's more like, you know, action packed, like sci-fi stuff, aliens, so just cool shit basically. So it's cool to finally see them back on track now with this game, and it comes out October 8th. It comes out October 8th. So when I saw that, I was shook. I was like, yo, this game's real. That's how crazy it was. And it's honestly, yeah. So
that's crazy.
That's a day one cop, 100%. That's a day one cop, 100%. It's one of those games. And for those that's listening or watching, it's always kind of felt like over the years, either was a Nintendo fan or always looked Nintendo's too kiddie or blah, 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 Mario. If you want a more, like a more interesting, more in-depth game by Nintendo dudes, look into this Metroid Dread. Look into, I'm serious. It's going to be a good game. Good, fun 2D game. I know it's 2D, and you know, some might be like, oh, is this worth $60? It's going to be quality, 100%. No doubt about it. So that was probably one of the best things in all E3, in my opinion. Super shocking. Never leaked out before. So I'll be streaming it, 100%. Yeah. But I'll be playing Hollow Knight before that. So keep on me on that, please.
Yeah.
But
you said it here too now. You said it here too.
Said it here too. I said it here too. So
it's on Twitter and it's on camera now. It's recorded.
It's on camera, 100%. So yeah, I gotta play Hollow Knight before that.
Bond.
Because that's like the indie darling that takes stuff from those Metroid games. But yeah, so really cool Metroid Dread, looks dope. Can't wait. And then some of the
Hollow Knight before you.
I doubt it.
All right, bet.
Challenge. Let's go. That game's probably on sale for like $10 too.
It's in the library already. Don't worry.
You got it?
Oh okay. Yeah. You thought it was sweet over here, right? Yeah.
I did. I thought.
Yeah, he thought shit was sweet over here. He thought it was. He's like, he don't even got the game. He gonna beat it before me. Okay. I'm like, no, I'll beat this shit tomorrow. What? I'm on draw head top now just because he says.
All right, bet. Okay, good.
Now I'm gonna put down Ratchet and Clank for your ass.
I'm gonna put down Returnal for you. All right, let's go. All right, bet.
I can't believe this nigga said this. It's on, nigga.
Now we both got a fire on their ass and start this shit.
Yeah,
man, this is new right now. Fuck a Mario Party. But all right, cool. So then after that, Ian's like, they're not gonna do this. Watch. But anyway,
Ian like, no, they just think they're gonna give up halfway through the game.
He's probably lying. He probably don't got it.
I really do have the game. I really do have
Hollow Knight.
I really do have Hollow Knight. I do.
I know. I believe you do. That game's only 20 and they drop it down to like 10 sometimes.
I'm pretty sure I got it for free. I'm pretty sure it was a PS Plus game 1 month.
It might have been. You know what?
Pretty sure it was a PS Plus.
It might have been actually. I wouldn't be surprised.
But I do. But that, yeah. So I'm about to say, like, Ian probably own this shit too. Like, why he playing?
He's like, do I have them? Do I own this? Forgot to download.
I mean, it's just in the library, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just so that I can impress people when they're like, how many games do you have in your digital library? And I'm like, 300.
I got Hollow Knight, guys. Oh, I beat a couple times.
And I'm very cultured. Look at all the different games I play. They don't know that those are free and you ain't. Look at all the different types of games I play. I'm so cultured.
That's one of those games people be like, oh, you're a person of culture playing Hollow Knight. Like, of indie games, Hollow Knight's definitely of the more recent ones. Yeah, man.
PlayStation gives these for free because they don't want to give out real games.
Wish I was wrong.
Hey, my bad, man. Back to Nintendo.
Wrong. I wish that was wrong. But PlayStation really
don't pay me no mind.
Here you go.
Here's an indie game we thought was cool, I guess.
Bruh. Crazy. So yeah, okay. So then rolling on after that, I think the Warioware game was next. So Warioware, get it together. It started with like Wario, the dude that voices Mario. Most of the male Mario characters also voices Wario. Mm-hmm. So it was cool to have him voicing Wario, like narrating the whole video. So that was funny. Yeah, Warioware. Warioware's cool. I never really played those games, but I like the character. I like the zany type of thing about it. I'd be watching videos and
it didn't look like it was for me at all. It looked a little too childish.
I mean, that's kind of like, that's really what it is.
You know what I mean? Like, you know how Paper Mario has like this sense of, I guess, challenge to it. This didn't give me that. And maybe there is some challenge to it. I don't want to diminish it. But
WarioWare games are really just kind of like that quirky side of Nintendo that they have like they're all, but they're not even mini games. They call them like micro games. Oh, the whole gist of WarioWare is basically you do all these random tiny games that only last like 5 seconds at that, and it's just like press button to go here or push away these things, just like little quick puzzle things. It's nothing super deep. They tell you what to do. You see the things on screen. You just have to do it, and you have to react to it. That's all it is. And they just do they throw a gauntlet at you. Right. So they're just really quirky, kind of charming games. They're for people of all ages. Like, yeah, that's all it is. And I mean, it was time. It's like the 5th year Switch. It's time. Every handheld and console since the Game Boy Advance has had one. So even the Wii,
it's one of those games you always hear about, but I never picked one.
They're not. Yeah, it's really the most. Really, it's for a lot of the bigger like Nintendo folks get into it. So I get that. Yeah. They announced a Wii U port, Fatal Frame, Main in the Blackwater. So just the spooky camera games, spooky games with the girl taking pictures. That's all it is. It's super niche. Oh shit, even Ian knows about it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it, but
it's still pretty niche. But that's it. It's just kind of cool. It's not gonna live on the Wii U or not live down on the Wii U. So cool for those fans. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. Now that's really interesting. That's the remake of the first 2 Advance Wars. They're basically those 2 are the only ones I know about. Apparently there's more, but those were on Game Boy Advance. So I know there's kind of a decent Game Boy Advance representation in this direct of revivals. This is a remake. It's coming out December. Tony, I think it's the only games coming out December that Nintendo doing. They're apparently really respected strategy games. They're made by most of the same people that do Fire Emblem, funny enough. So they just haven't done any in years. I think so that's cool. And then they announced some other side games that are coming, like the Life is Strange games, which we'll talk about a bit more once you get to Square Enix. They announced Guardians of the Galaxy game, which we'll also talk about when we get to Square Enix, but that's a cloud version. So take with that as you will, I'll probably, if they have a trial, I'll just try it, see how it looks, plays, etc. to move along. Danganronpa Decadence. Those are just visual novels, like whodunit type games. They're really niche. They're super anime. They're not like, if anyone's like Phoenix Wright fans, there's a very specific audience. They're kind of like, because I follow, like, there's one of those games you watch other people play if you don't want to play yourself, but they just got like a crazy shock value stuff happening. So there was a point I was like watching a lot of the stuff last year. I'm not gonna lie. So they're very entertaining, zany anime games. So yeah. But other than that, just makes sense. They used to live on like the Vita and PSP, so it makes sense they're on the Switch now. Right. Last thing before I'll get into Zelda spoilers, that I'll mention that I was really shook that these games still exist. They announced a new cruising arcade racing game called Cruising Blast, which is wild. So I don't know if anyone ever see them in the arcades back in the 90s or seen them on Nintendo 64. It's basically them arcade games. Those games were a lot of fun. So it was really cool to see that.
That was really random.
It was very random, but I appreciate it regardless. And apparently, I had to look it up. Since Tuesday, this apparently has been in some arcades for like the past 4 or 5 years. And I'm like,
oh, really?
And I'm like, where? Yeah, where have they been? Have they been in a corner in Dave & Buster that just didn't go to? So
right.
But that's cool. They I kind of forgot they're a Nintendo thing, kind of sort of. But Nintendo doesn't make them. I think they just own the IP. Is weird. But otherwise, that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. I actually love me some arcade racers, so I'll be checking it out. But the final thing, they had to show. They had to get it out the way. Well, not get out the way. I don't want to say it like that. They finally showed our second look at the Breath of the Wild 2 game. There's no official title yet. So we're still calling it Breath of the Wild 2, but we saw some actual gameplay, some bits of gameplay. I think it was only about a minute or so. So Derek, I know you saw it. Ian, did you see that trailer yet? The Breath of the Wild 2 trailer?
Yeah, I caught it. Caught it.
It was great. It was pretty interesting, right? Yeah, this is the last.
It was really great. I'm curious to see what they do with it. I see they're going vertical with it. That's cool.
Yeah,
Same
like
map, but in the sky now.
see, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm wondering about it. How and I believe in their team. I think they're gonna succeed on this. I think we're just still a good ways away. But
I
my
think it's
thoughts.
gonna involve a lot of oh sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say that I think not only are we gonna have a lot of sky parts, I think we're gonna have a lot of underground parts too, based on that very first trailer a couple of years ago. I think
Oh,
you just
yeah.
focus on the sky stuff this time. But no, what were you gonna say, Ian?
Yeah, I was gonna say it seems like it's gonna involve a lot of time reversal. And I
Yes.
caught the other day, it just dawned on me that that little creepy song that they play, it might be a regular song in reverse. Like,
People on the internet were
so I
saying
was like,
that it's one of the Breath of the Wild themes in reverse, which
okay,
is
it is.
interesting.
Okay, I thought
This
so.
isn't the first time
Yeah.
they've done like reverse songs. They did it for like Zelda Skyward Sword. Like that main theme is like one of the Zelda songs backwards, which is kind of cool.
Mhm.
But yeah, but they're making it all creepy here too, because it's like
Yeah.
Zelda seems to fall into the abyss. Goddamn. I don't think she dies though. Obviously, I think that's just a different story thing. It's the things that stuck out to me in this trailer, because I watched it a bunch of times and I've seen other people do like deep dives and analyze it. I'm not going to go into that stuff because we have more things to talk about, honestly. But the things that stuck out to me was one, the time aspect. There seems to be a few different time things. There's some parts where Link looks how we did in the first Breath of the Wild, just like the regular blue shirt, his hair, just whatever. He has the weird arm, like I don't know, it's like the magic arm or whatever. But there's other times where it's like his hair is like down, like it's grown, like time has passed or something, like legit time has passed, and it's like he's flying through the air, and there's all these sky islands like Zelda Skyward Sword, which that might be interesting because in the lore of that, Skyward Sword is supposed to be the game in the beginning of all these games. Excuse me. So we don't know why Link's up there. We don't know why all these parts of Hyrule are lifting up there. They showed the castle, apparently some of the evil Ganon. It looks like it's Ganondorf again, which is cool. But it looks like the evil energy stuff is flowing up and pushing the castle up. So also the few tidbits they showed are interesting, and I think probably will provide intrigue. The only thing about it that I'll have to say, and might suck, well, not might, will suck. I think this game still has a lot of ways to go. I'm not even sure if it'll come out next year.
Really?
Yeah.
So tail end.
Yeah, because I remember in the direct to Numa at the end, he said we're still working on it. We're aiming for a 2022 release. And I was like, aiming.
I didn't catch
so
that.
like, yeah, he's like aiming, and I was like, ooh, so that might slip into 2023, push from the shelf. So I mean, but generally Zelda games are kind of notorious for the delays. But I mean, given 2020 and other, but yeah,
there's
games,
more reason this go around for delays now. I think you have to be. I think for the next couple of years, we all have to be flexible with
expectations,
especially with expectations, especially in things like gaming stuff like this. As you already know how hard it has to be to develop games. It's got to be even harder to develop games from home when you're separated from your team and you guys can't work together. And if you ever worked in an office, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you work a job and there's no fucking reason for you to be in the office other than for your boss to just lord over you. but a lot of times, sometimes you work in an office, and if you're in a very collaborative position, being in office helps so much because you can just walk to their desk and talk real quick. You can call them. You can just shout out across the room. You can even work out, getting your lunch together so you can get something done if you need to. Like there's so many different things.
Sharing ideas and stuff.
And for these guys to have to do something that's so creative separately, like, hey, I made this. What do you think? Okay, great. What do you think? Okay, great. And you know how many different chains of command it probably has to go through? Like, yeah, man, it can be easy for these companies to do this. I think, we're allowed to criticize what we see.
Oh yeah, of course.
Allowed to criticize because at the end of the day, these companies don't have to show us their games. They don't have to show us stuff yet. If it's not the best version of it, they can wait. Regardless of how upset people may get, they don't have to show us a bad version. So, we're allowed to critique, but we also have to have some expectations with this, and expect some delays with some of these titles from time to time, because last year was a mess. This year is still a mess, as much as people feel like it's getting back to normal. Still a mess. Still a lot of shit is not is shut down. And, as stuff is opening up now here in America, but, it's
especially I see. I mean, despite Nintendo having a surprisingly solid direct, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure this still kind of mess with them hard. Because I mean, a good number of these games here aren't really developed by them. More so, yeah, like Metroid Dread. That's not a Nintendo studio. That's a Western studio based out of like Texas or something. So yeah, they just collaborated. But so overall, yeah, that and that's kind of been half of the thing of this E3 just in general, among things and everything. So, but yeah, Breath of the Wild 2 saw some gameplay. You know, we still got a ways to go. I'm gonna forget about the game until like E3 next year. I don't think we're gonna even see it again until E3 next year. So I'm just gonna forget about it and satisfy what we saw for now, and look forward to seeing more when they're prepared to show us. So overall, Nintendo exceeded expectations because all I expected at the bare minimum again was Zelda trailer and Smash Brothers character, and then they showed fucking Metroid 5, Metroid Dread. Holy shit, Mario Party shit. So yeah. That's Nintendo. Pretty solid, in my opinion.
Well, we got a couple other things. Nintendo ain't quite done yet. They I just wanted to mention it really because I thought Life is Strange looked interesting. I always think the games look interesting, even though it's not for me. I definitely think the game looks interesting, and there's a lot of representation. People seem to identify with a lot of stuff in that game, so I think that's cool. I think it's fair to mention it. Even though again the games don't grasp me, the gameplay isn't engaging for me, but it is nice to look at. I've always felt like it's a good game to look at. I just don't necessarily want to play it myself.
Yeah, they have a wider
Is it just strictly a role-playing game? That's all it is.
Are you familiar with like the Telltale Walking Dead game with like Clementine and Lee? It's kind of like those. It's not made by Telltale, but it's that similar type of thing where you walk around, you talk to people, you have to like trigger certain like conversational things, and then cutscene stuff will happen. There might be some more in-depth scenes where you have to press a button or move some quicker, but overall, it's really narrative focused. The first one, I do know most of the narrative from watching other people play it, and it is interesting. These games will have they have a place on the Switch, for sure. They're a wider audience. They have a wider audience, and hell, seeing the upcoming one, Life is Strange: True Colors, coming day and date with the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC version. So I think the footage they showed is not the final gameplay. I think that's cap. That's nice. That's nice. They're trying to fool people again with that, but well, I mean, they will fool some people with it. I don't think it's gonna look terrible, but I don't think it's gonna look that nice.
No.
In my opinion, but it's still very cool that it's there. Those story type games are actually not bad on the handheld. You just chill in the bed and stuff.
Yeah, it's nice to see him get some shine. Because like I like the Telltale games, but Life is Strange just didn't work for me. So, or like Wolf Among Us, I like that. I thought that game was great. But yeah. Also, Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Yes.
That game looked pretty cool. Again, it's one of those games that I'm not sure I'd have to catch it on like a sale, but it looked interesting.
It's a hard. I'm still learning some things about those Shin Megami Tensei games. They are pretty hardcore Japanese RPGs that deal with grinding. Like you have to. Yeah. So the thing that I get about a couple of those I've seen, they're made by the same people that make the Persona games that are like on PlayStation. Although those games are, funny enough, those games are actually they originally were a spinoff of the Shin Megami Tensei games. So they have a lot of similar like mechanics and stuff. The main difference on the surface is while in Persona you have like a gang of like high school people or whatever, Japan high school, blah, blah. This game is like you have your main character who goes transport to a different dimension, and all their party members are just straight up the demon characters or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Or they're the demon characters. So the gist with those is you battle, it's turn-based. When you're nearly about to defeat those enemies, you can either just defeat them straight up, you can convince them to join your squad, then you can like level them up or like merge them with other demons and stuff like that. So I guess it's kind of sort of like a Pokemon thing, like very.
That's
like
I kind of got that vibe from it too a little bit. And I didn't want to say that and sound ignorant, but that's kind of what I got from it. I was like, it's kind of look like Pokemon a little bit. They combining demons and making new demons, and then he taking the thing. I'm like, this kind of
level them up. Yeah. Oh yeah, like
I could see myself getting into this a little bit.
Yeah, I do want to check it out because this will be the first HD one as well. So this. I don't know if this will be as popular as like Persona 5, just because those have, I don't know, those appeal to more people just in general. These deal with like darker aspects. Like they start off like your god is dead and all that. It's like, damn, son.
Yeah.
That's kind of a little edgy. But
Ian, are you frozen? Ian's frozen. Can we hear you?
Can you hear us?
No, I think Ian might have lost Ian.
Oh,
it's all good. He'll get back. He'll get back when he gets a chance.
Timestamp where we're at.
But yeah, man. I think that's a cool game, man. If you're into those type of games, let me know what you like about them the most, man. Let us know why you like those games. Get me into it, man. I did think it looked cool. Again, just didn't look
fans
like
are super
type of game
excited.
I'd jump on immediately, but it looked cool, man. For sure.
The fans are super excited. Everyone that I've seen, they're like, "Yo, finally!" They're pumped. So that's cool to see as well. I will look into it after I get through Persona 5 in due time.
Right. And then the last thing for Nintendo, the thing that I was most excited about is Super Monkey Ball, Banana Mania.
Yes, I was going to mention it just offhand later, but yeah, that's right. So Sega came through. They understood the assignment. They what we wanted. They came through and they have it's called Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, and it's basically a remaster of the first two Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2.
Yeah,
they mentioned
Deluxe is on there as well, but
Deluxe is already 1 and 2 with some extras. So I don't know why they mention it like that, but I guess because one.
But they're saying it's like that. I'm trying to. I don't remember the differences. I never played the Deluxe edition, so I don't remember if there was like a.
I have the Deluxe. A friend gave it to me when he let me his Xbox like in high school. He was like, here. And I was like, okay, whatever. Just a few games. That was one of them. Basically, Deluxe is just 1 and 2, but they released it on Xbox. And I want to say PlayStation as well had this first, PlayStation 2. But I know it's on Xbox. That's the one
I think it was on PlayStation 2. I think I do remember. Oh, wait, no. Maybe I did play Deluxe edition. No, was it on GameCube as well?
The first 2 were strictly GameCube games, but then they bundled them together and released them as Super Monkey Ball Deluxe on at least Xbox. I have to fact check for PlayStation.
I think it was on everything. I think it was on everything. I'm pretty sure it was. Because I'm pretty sure that's what I played then. Maybe I didn't play the original.
Yes, I just Googled it.
Now I got to think about it.
Monkey Ball Deluxe, it was on PlayStation 2 and Xbox. And that's all it was. It was just the first 2 together, and they added some extra stuff in it.
So maybe it's the extra stuff. That's weird. That
it's everything. It's
in my head,
the games we want. That's all it is.
In my head, I was playing Monkey, but that's because that's how it was broken up in the game. It broke it up into Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2. And and so in my head, I'm like, I played Super Monkey Ball 1, and I forgot that I was actually playing the Deluxe edition. Yeah, because I was playing on PS2. That's where I played Super Monkey Ball. So I'm happy.
I rented
to have it back. I would be hyped to have. I wish it was coming to everything.
It is.
Wait, it is? Oh no, it is. We talked about that. I forgot. We talked about that.
It's got PS5 version too. Like
I'm getting on PS5 and Switch. I'm not gonna lie. Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not making money. I'm not buying them back to back. But my intention is to probably initially get it on PS5 because PS5, why not? But then I want to get it on Switch as well to have that mobile because I love Super Monkey Ball, bro. I love Super Monkey Ball Soccer, base. I love all of the Super Monkey Ball games.
Monkey Target is back. Finally, Monkey Target is back.
Racing, I love all of it. I really do love these games. So I want to.
It's gonna be fire.
I really can't wait to get into it. In you back?
He hath returned.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Phone overheated.
Oh man. Was it charging?
Yes, it was. That'll do it.
I've had that similar issue happen. Yeah.
Damn. Oh my goodness. The struggle.
We out here though.
We were just talking about Super Monkey Ball and how I was gonna wax your ass when this shit come out on your platform of choice.
How convenient.
And Dra was just saying that. Dra was just saying that he completely backed me to kick your ass too. So,
What?
That's not what I said.
He was saying like, yeah, Derek, no, you're definitely gonna be Ian's
That's
ass.
actually not what I said at all.
Got a dog in the fight.
Yeah,
he said you're gonna wax that nigga, bro. Like, I don't even think Ian really gonna.
Well, you'll
give
probably
you much
wax
of a
me.
problem.
You'll wax me in monkey soccer because I'm trash at all soccer games, unfortunately.
Tell you what, you might wax me the very first time, but please believe after that,
I'm gonna learn. I'm
gonna practice.
You be in the lab.
You hear this, man? Yo, he said, you
all
know what?
Monkey
please
ball.
believe I'll be training.
Maybe you will beat me up the first time, and the second, and the third.
Maybe even
but
the third.
By the 40th time, I'm gonna make it difficult for you.
A dub is a dub. No matter when it comes, you can break the streak. Talk your shit. That one dub you get.
Just gotta get one good
Amen.
time.
Amen. Super Monkey Ball is for all the smoke. It's not like Mario Party at all. There's no chance. You just gotta be good, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Dead ass.
You gotta be good. And if you good, you like that. And I don't know if a lot of y'all niggas is like that, but I'm like that. So good luck. Good luck to y'all.
I'll be getting my chops back up on. I'm super out of practice, man. It's been
good luck to y'all.
Yeah, me too, man.
And I'm playing on PS5, so good luck finding one to play on. Well, we all got them, but
good
everybody
luck.
else.
Good luck.
But
I'll probably get it on Switch.
I'm getting on Switch.
Unless man, y'all gonna make me get it on Switch
because my sisters are gonna be want to play it too. So
I'm looking to get
I'll get it on Switch first. I'll get it on Switch.
Okay, so
if it's like on Switch first, I won't smoke. I'll get it on Switch first. I said at y'all convenience, and y'all both said Switch. So I will get it on Switch first, so I can come to y'all arena and kick y'all ass. And then when I get it on PS5, I'll wait.
I'll get on PS5 later.
Then I'm gonna wait for y'all to get it on PS5. When y'all come over here, y'all gonna be all fucked up with your controls because you think X is Y and Y is B and A is circle. And you're gonna be all fucked up. And I'm
don't confuse me no more.
No, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That did have me in a loop for like
that gets me. That
used a good 6 months, dog. I could not switch, especially like when I was playing like Hades or like any game that I was like playing extensively on Switch.
Oh man!
When I would go back to when I would come back to PlayStation, I'd be like, oh wait, I'm supposed to. Oh my god, I could not like even simple shit. I couldn't go back through a menu because I keep wanting to press B and it just
B. Yeah.
I'm clicking new shit. I'm accepting shit I'm not supposed to be accepting. That shit I think that shit fucked up in FIFA a couple times. I think I sold some cards I didn't mean to a couple times. Like it fucked me up, bro. Like I just
oh no.
Like yeah, bro. Like I just like because I'm thinking I'm hitting the back button to like just go all the way back, and I'm hitting accept, yes, no, please. Yeah, sign all my life rights away.
That's actually hilarious. It's like perfect. Good.
And FIFA don't got no issue. They're not questioning shit. They're like, yeah, okay.
It's not like they don't ask you some. Are you sure? It's like, thank you.
Not are you sure yet? They don't even put it automatically on no for one of them just in case. Like throw it to no. Why don't you just throw it to no? And I just okay. You know, if I want to do it, I'll do it again. You gotta help the nigga out, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, it's all good. I ain't sure. But yeah, man, Nintendo did pretty good. No, Nintendo did really good.
I'd say, they
did really good. I don't want to.
They saved E3, quote unquote. I mean, overall, they did. Yeah, I
would say that overall as a performance, they were the ones who showed some new shit we didn't know was coming.
I think just because no one knew what they were doing.
Yeah, facts. And that
hella quiet.
That helps. It's good to see Nintendo take Sony's spot as the big dogs.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing.
I just wanted to see if Draw would bite down on bait. Just trying to see if I could reel honestly, a little bit.
Man, you see, man.
I said I'm going to end the show with Xbox love. I am. So I don't. I
think it'll probably be.
But I got to get these jokes on the way, nigga.
Man, Sony was missing for sure. But honestly, I respect. They've already kind of been like fuck E3 for a while. But for this year. If they really didn't have anything they were ready to show, I prefer them to not be here and just just work on what they're working on versus companies like Capcom that say we have 4 games that are already out we're going to talk about, and then they do that and then dip, and I'm like, why'd you come? Just stay home. That's probably the only Capcom reference I'll make for this whole episode.
You're gonna hear
that's all we need to make
on this show, guys.
On this one, that's all it needs to be said.
Capcom was worse than Gearbox, but we had to talk about Gearbox because
at least they came with something new-ish.
Right. Okay. We got Ubisoft up next, and y'all know Ubisoft is one of my favorite developers, even though they annoy me with some of the shit they make. namely Assassin's Creed, which is one of my favorite series. But they make my other favorite series as well. We'll get there. How are we gonna do this? Let's start with this. They showed Rainbow Six Extraction.
Finally.
It looked good.
It
looked like a cool game, another fun shooter. One thing I wasn't sure of is the game supposed to be, because I tried to look it up. I didn't see anything that confirmed it. I'm not sure if the game is supposed to be like multiplayer and the people are your friends, or are you directing the other teammates?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean?
I think it's because they did that corny little live demo type thing.
Yeah, with the people talking,
and it always makes it sound like there's one person leading and the others follow. So it's still gonna be like a PVE, like player versus enemy type thing. That's because that's what it looked like. It just looked like.
But are you playing with your friends? Is it multiplayer, player versus enemy? Like, are you playing with your friends?
Yes, it is.
So those other people should be separately controlled people. Okay.
Yes.
That's the part I wasn't sure. And I tried looking online to see if somebody would tell me, and nobody specified that. I was like, why is nobody saying if this is a single player?
I can't imagine them making
that's why I thought it was weird.
PVE game and then just being like, oh, it's just you, and you have these AI people you can.
Which is why I thought it was weird. Which is why I was like, I don't understand. That was the only like question / knock I had on the game.
I think it's just because they showed it from that one person's perspective as they're narrating it, and it didn't really, because
they should have bounced between more. They should have bounced between the people, so I would know like, oh, this is a person doing their own thing, working in conjunction with this person who's doing their own thing, working in conjunction with this person doing their own thing. Like that would have been, I think that would have been better.
I mean, honestly, to me, it looked good. It sounds better than how they originally pitched it. Excuse me. A couple 2-3 years ago when they first announced it was called like Rainbow Six Quarantine, and what happened last year. Good job, Ubisoft. That was a smart move.
Extraction is
sure, and there's aliens afoot.
It's pushing it, but Extraction makes more sense.
It does because I think of.
I know, I'm not thinking of it, but it, I don't know. Quarantine and Extraction kind of go hand in hand. They know what they're doing. We still on the line, but it's better than Quarantine since we literally just had something that the world called a quarantine.
Yeah.
Even though it was barely a quarantine because niggas could still go outside.
At least in Atlanta, it was hot. It was
it was quarantine everywhere else.
Well, in other countries, bro. I watched the Liverpool dudes in Europe, bro. They was all talking about, we can't leave the city. We can only go one place. And it was real lockdown over there for them, bro. And we over here just like, hey, bro, y'all boys trying to link up still.
Right. Shoot.
Like, shit, y'all ain't got COVID, right? Shit, I ain't got COVID. We good.
Right. That's exactly how it went.
Give a fuck.
Really
anyways.
Yeah. It overall looked good. Looked like Rainbow Six Siege, but like zombie aliens.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Comes out later.
It looked good. Now that I know that, I can erase this stupid ass comment. Because in my head, but I will say this. It gave me Returnal vibes. I don't know if it gave you any Returnal vibes when you watched it, but for me, just the style of, maybe it's because it's like the spacesuit looks a little. I don't know.
I think
something about it just made me feel like, and maybe the enemy design. It just felt like maybe somebody knew something about Returnal and also worked on this. I don't know that that's true. It's probably
not.
That
happens more often than we think.
Yeah,
because a lot of these people it's a whole industry. So they work at different companies, but they could be people that could be friends, and they might have like one chat with a drink.
Right. Or maybe it was the opposite. Maybe somebody was working on, when it was Rainbow Six Quarantine, and then they, ended up leaving that team to go to House Marquee to work on Returnal, and then some of the design some of the alien designs kind of look inspired, or they look similar to each other. It's not a bunch of them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that anybody stole from anybody or it's anything trying to be the other, because they're two different games from what I see. But it just looked similar to me for some reason. I don't know. Just the character designs and stuff, maybe. But I did think it looked good. That was really cool.
Yep. I agree.
I'm gonna end on the big one. They also showed Mario Rabbids Spark of Hopes.
So that funny enough, that leaked like the day of, which is kind of wild. Nintendo leaked it. It got posted on. Well, the name leaked from some other thing, but then Nintendo that morning, literally that same morning before, last Saturday, before having to go on that trip, like I saw that on the Nintendo page. I wish listed. I was like, okay. Why did they leak their game? It's usually the other way around. But for that, I mean, that was like a really good sequel. It looks like they're taking some like more Mario Galaxy-esque approach stuff to it. They introduced like a Rosalina Rabbid. She looks like bored out of her mind and stuff. They show a little bit of gameplay. It's coming out next year sometime. Overall, it looks really good. I'm glad. I'm glad that that it's getting a sequel, because that game came out early on the Switch and it was really fun. And it was my first like true exposure to XCOM strategy type gameplay. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. One of the best things of that show.
I know you're like actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am. Oh yeah, the originals. It's on sale now, like hella cheap, like $10 or something.
Oh, is it really?
It is.
I might pick it up, man. It looks like one of those games that I buy for $10.
I mean, I got it day one and I don't regret it, but honestly, $10. And it's a Ubisoft made and published game. They just license Mario characters. That's all it is. Yeah. The Rabbids for somehow are not annoying and make me want to just yell out into the air.
That's the whole thing I was worried about. But
that is
I'm into these games with eccentric characters right now, man. I'm Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dax. I want to play more games with these characters that are just a little different. We don't always have to have the stoic dude who's strong and fighting everybody. Like I play enough games like that too. Like it's cool. I want to have the mix. And I like.
Honestly, bro, if you pick it up, it's a lot of fun. It will surprise you. You'll be like, this game should not work, but it does, and it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. It's easy. It's relatively easy to get into, but then there's a difficulty spike where it's like, all right, you've been playing for a minute. Now we're gonna throw some shit at you. Right. So they don't be wasting your time after a while. But anyway, yeah. So that's my whole spiel on that. Comes out sometime in I think it said spring 2022.
Okay.
I think it said spring or first half or whatever. So.
Okay, nice. And then they also showed a new game, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
That was pretty surprising, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see anything like this. I kind of forgot. I think there were rumors about this, or maybe there was something leaked. I remember seeing something about this, and I completely forgot about it. Completely put it out of my mind because I hate this movie. That being said,
I'm just kind of indifferent.
Definitely are one of them.
I'm definitely one of the people who hate this movie. I think it's the stupidest shit ever. Like when I really sit back and don't get me wrong. That movie looks amazing. Okay,
I mean that's all. Leave with love. It's a visual showcase. It's a visual showcase.
Beautiful movie to look at. If I wanted something to put on a TV screen to go to sleep, it would be this. But guess what? I could also do. I could also do it with the movie playing, and it would actually put me to sleep because the movie sucks. But it looks beautiful. Just beautiful scenery all over the place. Wonderful. And this game looks like that. It looks beautiful.
I think it's gonna be honestly, to my impression, it's gonna be like a first-person action adventure. Not quite Far Cry. That's probably a bad comparison, but it's like it'll be like a first-person action type game. That's the impression I get. Because there's some parts
we need to see more. Yeah, we need to see.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't gameplay. It looked like
it's CGI trailer.
It's CGI trailer, but they showed some first-person parts. That's the whole thing. It's like the human guy gets transported to the alien
and that's
body.
my thing. That's what I don't want.
What?
Just make me a random blue dude and give me a story that has nothing to do with that fucking movie.
I think that's what they're gonna do, though.
Is that what it is? Are they not? That's because that's what I needed. That's what I wasn't sure, bro. I don't want to be some random white dude who changes into a blue dude because he likes a blue chick now because he can't get no regular pussy as a human. I don't want that. I don't want that shit.
The way they looked, it seemed like you were gonna be. It seemed like it was like a rite of passage type deal. Like you were talking to one of the elders and all the rest of it. So you were a blue guy from jump.
And that's what I'm hoping. It kind of gave me that feel, but the movie, I already saw the movie, bro. So
honestly, bro, I don't think it's the movie at all. I think it's gonna be its own thing in that universe. Because the craziest thing about these, despite the fact this one movie came out like shit, feels like a decade ago now, maybe more. I don't remember. This dude, this James Cameron, right? This is his movie. Mm-hmm. He's doing 4 sequels. That's 3. 4 sequels. He's doing 4. Like last year, apparently he was working on. Apparently, the second movie's like done. Like all the CGI. Somehow they did that last year during the pandemic. I don't know how.
Because nobody could
I
leave their
don't
homes
know.
and tell him no, so he did it. So finally, people were like,
Yeah.
"Fine, we'll work on your shitty sequel."
They're like,
That
oh,
movie
it's
should have
James
never got a
Cameron.
fucking. Yo, can you
There's 4 of
imagine
them,
people
though.
complain about Zack Snyder when James Cameron made Avatar? Are you kidding? Are you joking? I can't believe people had the gall to complain about the Snyder cut. What? All right, man. Sorry, this isn't that. This isn't that.
That's another
discussion.
special. That's definitely another day.
But just think about that. Just think that through. Just think that through. Really think that through. All right.
It's definitely another day for that for sure. I'm indifferent to that movie. It's whatever. I see potential in this game because the world looks cool. It's just the whole plot and premise is just whack. But anyway, I
hope they do something fun with this game, man. I really do. It does look cool. It looks good. It looks like one of those worlds I'd want to jump in.
They did say
want it to be fun.
Yeah, they did say it's only for current gen. It's not for like PS4 and Xbox One. They
Good.
said it's PS5, Xbox.
It's something that James Cameron created. You think he's ever gonna? Wasn't Avatar like
this?
Wasn't like only IMAX at first or some stupid shit? Because I remember we had to go to Atlantic Station to watch that shit.
I don't remember.
It wasn't like only IMAX 3D or some bullshit. It was some.
I don't think I saw
that type of nigga. So of course he's only PS5. If you don't have the highest PC, then you don't even bother trying to play my game. He that sound like James Cameron.
I wasn't really, as much as it was really hyped up back then. I don't think I didn't go see it in theaters. I didn't watch it until we rented it from the Blockbuster down the street.
I did.
And
I was dragged to see that movie.
I'm sorry.
Along with a former guest of this podcast.
Yikes.
And we had to go sit in that theater and watch this movie, and it wasn't.
I'm sorry, bro. That is a long, boring movie for the most part.
I fell asleep in the middle.
I can't remember all the action parts. I actually can't remember.
I believe the slander I'm hearing right now.
Oh, so Ian, you love it?
I love that movie, man.
Yeah, that's great.
That movie that's one of our favorites, bro.
And that's the thing.
That movie is fantastic.
I'm truly hot ass.
Talking about, man.
That white man can't get no pussy outside, so he decided he gotta stay.
He was freaking paralyzed from the waist down.
He was paralyzed.
Dang, man. He finally got a chance to move via the blue people. Come on, man.
So now he got to fall in love with the blue people.
Zoe Saldana.
Nah, man.
It was circumstantial.
Okay, listen. And I don't want to sound insensitive. So I want to clear this up. Okay.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with him being paralyzed or on the way.
Not at all.
Okay. Here's the thing. You telling me that there's nobody else out here dates anybody that's handicapped in any way, or there's no other handicapped person as well. Somebody's going similar. There's no human connections you can make with people that are going through similar things or anything out here.
Honestly,
nothing else you can do. So your safety now is to pretend you're a blue person in this other world. And come
man.
on.
Well, no, man.
He probably lost his legs. He lost
it throughout the movie, I believe. It was earlier on.
No, he lost it. He lost it it was. I think he was in the military or something. Something happened. And
that was the whole thing.
Well, why did he go to the military? That's the first mistake.
Because boy, oh boy, we love serving in the military and shooting guns.
And he had a twin brother who the program was supposed to be for, and
you remember a lot.
He died.
Yeah, you actually remember a lot of this movie. That's
yes,
crazy.
the movie was fantastic.
I didn't hate the movie, but I didn't love it.
I can't believe I can't believe that me and Ian are on very opposite sides of this. I can fully believe it. I can't believe it's this opposite. Like, I think this might be
one
straight
of the worst
movies of all time that looks amazing.
I don't think it's terrible.
Ian loves it. That's crazy.
So so the reason why it's middle of the road for me is just because while the visuals were great and everything, and I'm sure it holds up even to this day, I just found the story and stuff. It was essentially Pocahontas to me.
It was essentially Pocahontas.
And a lot of it,
I'll admit that.
I mean, at the tour, I think the final act where like he kind of finally was just like, actually, fuck humans because I'm paralyzed as a human. I'll just stay as a blue person, just transport my mind 100%. And he decided to go against humans because he was like, yo, this is actually messed up. And he had, alien Dr. Ridley Scott herself because she was in the
shorty
movie.
over there, bro. That's it. That's the only reason he did it.
I mean,
he didn't even care about the struggle for real.
I turned blue too, man.
Sign me up. Like this, I'll still be a person of color, so brownie points for sure. But no, but for real, no. I mean, they definitely showed the end, like, yo, military sucks actually. So, I mean, we see that a lot, like military, like man-made, artificial versus natural.
Yeah, it was a cliche plot, but I thought it was a pleasant.
You enjoyed it,
twist,
and that's fine.
On Pocahontas, personally,
that's fine. No, that's why I don't really bash people for hating it, because I can see why they will find a lot to like. I understand that. So I just was like, oh, this was the movie people hyped. It's just Pocahontas wins in like an alien planet. That's all I was like. It
could also be that because it was kind of one of the first movies to come out with that graphical prowess, right? So
it was.
It could be that I was just hype off of that.
Yeah,
seeing a movie look that good.
But I admit that it looks good.
At that point, I say it still looks good. And then that was the point we're starting to get HD stuff, like HD televisions were starting to be a thing.
Yeah. And I'm sure if I saw Aquaman at that time or before seeing that movie, I might have thought Aquaman was fantastic.
Visuals carry, CGI carry.
Visuals can help a lot. I mean, when I came out of the movie, I was like, that was okay. And it's only over time I was like, but that was ass. But hey.
So as time went on, Ian grew fonder of it, and Derek hated it.
Loves it. I
appreciate it for what it is.
I kind of forgot most of it until Ian started saying the plot points, and I was like, oh shit, that did happen. So yeah. But yeah, guess what? 4 more sequel movies coming. But hopefully I do see potential. I see potential in the world if they do like an original story. Ian. Now, if they do like some you gotta play this, understand Avatar too, then that'll be some crazy ass shit. That'll be some wild shit.
If they do that, Ian better come on this podcast and explain it. Better come right here and explain what the fuck his man's is doing. That's your man's now.
Avatar.
You out here sticking up for Avatar. He out here talking about you have to play the game to understand the movie. All right, nigga, we ain't watching your shit.
They're gonna throw an Easter egg in.
I'm sure they will throw something. It's one thing to throw an Easter egg. You're gonna play a whole game just for the Easter egg.
That game is gonna have a post.
You love Avatar that much that you pay $70+ to get maybe a scene or one line or one recording in the game for the movie.
I have yet to pay $70 for a game, so you know what I'm saying. I haven't popped that cherry yet.
Well, look,
you haven't.
No.
We got Returnal there.
No, not that I don't want to. You know, I would love to.
Ratchet is worth it.
Eventually,
Ratchet is worth the anger. Ratchet is worth whatever punishment you get. I'm just letting you know that. Don't matter. Okay.
Just know that there's punishment on the back end of that. Yeah.
I know there might be a punishment, but it's worth it. When you playing this shit, you're gonna be like, you know what? It's actually probably cool that she's not talking to me right now. It's probably working time. It's working great for me.
Oh, bro. Just think of the happy times now.
I gotta take advantage of this while I can.
That's a win-win-lose.
She gonna get over this.
That's a win-win-lose.
It is because you winning in that moment, and then
oh man,
boy, when you try to come back. Oh man. Anyways, back on Ubisoft. The last thing Ubisoft is one of my second favorite thing of the night. Far Cry 6 got an extended trailer that was super dope. I'm not gonna break the trailer down here or anything like that, but it was a super dope trailer. Showed Giancarlo and his kid in the show, in the game. Diego, what's his name in the? Damn, I can't think of his name on top of my head right now in the game.
Oh, the actual character you're playing as?
Yeah.
Danny?
No. Danny is the girl. She's the main character girl.
You can be a guy or a girl named Danny.
You can, but it is the girl. Well, I don't know, whichever way they call you.
Oh, you're talking about the main character.
The character in Far Cry 6, the girl that they keep showing with the backpack and everything on, shooting the rockets. Her name is Danny.
Right.
They reference her as Danny. But
yes.
but Giancarlo Esposito's character is
his character
is something else. I can't think of his name off the top of my head right now. El Presidente, we'll just call him that right now. But you know, he gets to come in and he finds his son, and it's a lot of action. We get to see, you know, a bit more stuff. I thought that extended trailer was super dope.
And Anton Castillo.
Ah, there we go. Anton Castillo.
Yeah. Anton Castillo.
Guess who he's based off of?
Who? Let's just.
Oh really?
I don't know. We don't know.
Wait, you don't?
I don't know. We don't know who he's based off of. We just leave it alone. Wait, did Ubisoft say who it was based off of?
What's his name?
Ubisoft. Did Ubisoft say this is based off of this person and we have the rights to use their likeness in this?
Giancarlo said it himself.
Who did Giancarlo said it.
He did.
What did he say? I didn't see that.
He said the character is obviously based off Fidel Castro. Like
Fidel
he straight
Castro.
up said it.
That's how I like. Damn it.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was like, it's like when I saw his name, because Anton Castillo, Fidel Castro.
I mean,
Fidel Castro. Yeah.
But it's Anton. If it was like, if they had named it like Federic Castillo, I'd be like,
it's just a locale.
Now they really they pushing
Federic.
It's a locale. He run the whole nation basically.
I mean, no facts. No, I mean, obviously it's how it looks. I think it's dope. And the emphasis on cars, because obviously Cubans are really big on like older cars and stuff like that.
Yep.
So don't get me wrong, like I think this game is going to be super dope. The cars look super dope.
Too.
The customization that you can do. There's hints of this. That's why this is the reason I played Far Cry 5. This is the reason I picked it up for $10 was for this reason, because I wanted to kind of see where those trailers were taking stuff. Because when you miss a game in a series like this, you miss all those little updates, even if the game isn't exactly what you expected or what you want, but you miss that. And man, some of it is really good. Don't get me wrong. There's some stuff that's missing in this game. And one thing I will say I hate in Far Cry 5 is flying. I hate it.
Oh, damn.
I hate it.
The GTA thing.
I have to figure out a better way for me to be able to control it and work everything together, but I hate flying. So I hope
is it inverted?
It's you can change it however you want. You can change to do inverted or non-inverted, but I can't figure it out. Like, I don't know. I'm doing a mission and maybe I'm just under leveled or I haven't figured it out or something. But the other people flying with me that you're supposed to be fighting and shooting out the air, them niggas is just doing donuts around you left and right. They doing barrel rolls and shooting you with bombs and shit. And you just like be trying to spin and I'm like, I can't figure out how to do that shit. I don't know if, like I said, maybe I don't have the right camera angle or something. I don't know what it is I'm doing wrong, but I cannot for the life of me figure out how to do this shit. And you know what it is? In GTA, you can change your angle so that you're just flying a plane instead of you actually like sitting in the cockpit. But in this, and maybe I'm missing it, in Far Cry 5, you're only sitting in the cockpit of the plane. So it's just like when you're driving, you're always sitting in the car. You're just no third person view of the car. It's the same thing with the plane. And because of that, I mean, I get it, it's Far Cry, but because of that, I don't know. It's something about that that's throwing me off, and I cannot fly in the game for shit at all.
Interesting.
Cannot fly in this game for anything. So yeah, I hope that's changed in some way, or it's made maybe a little more minimal in it or something, because they're kind of fun. If you're just dropping bombs on shit, it's really fun. And like, Far Cry 5 has these, you have your companions. They kind of started that with like Primal, I think maybe is what the first one. I'm trying to think if 4 did you really have it. 4 had it a little bit, but Primal I feel like was the main one where you could get these animals that specifically did like different things that you could take with you. Far Cry 5 really pushed that to the next step. Like it,
okay.
I got my team right now, because there's a perk you can have to unlock 2 guns for hire basically, and there are some guns for hire that you can just get throughout the world, like just saving somebody randomly. But there are also very specific, like high-powered ones that already come with some perks and stuff that you just like do a mission or whatever for them and you unlock them, and then you can use them. And one dude I have, he flies a plane, and one girl I have, she's like a military black chick. She has a sniper rifle. So I pretty much walk into any outpost I want, and I have her, like, we tag everything. And I have the dog too. I have the dog that can like tag enemies, but I pretty much just pull out the binoculars, tag everybody, have her take out the snipers, and she can snipe from far as hell. I mean, I can snipe far as hell too, and I have a silencer on my shit, but she does too, and she be hitting them like it's nothing. So like, you'll just tag them and she'll just hit them off, and then when you want to just fuck shit up, I'll just tell the airplane dude go drop a bomb. Like it's natural. They made it really easy to use it. Like I feel like Guns for Hire before this one wasn't great, so I'm just looking for like more improvements on that, which makes it a fun experience even without being able, even though like you're not playing Far Cry 5 for us to do like co-op, it still makes it a fun experience to have people with you to help you on a mission without it feeling like an extra chore. You have to like, oh wait, what button combination I got to put in? How do I map to the gun person? How do I tell my help where to go? Like, no, they pretty much know exactly what to do. It's really point and tell them what to do. Point, tell them what to do. Like, it's pretty simple. I just feel like they did a lot of things right with Far Cry 5, especially mechanically. So 6 just looks like that on steroids, and I really can't wait, man. I really can't wait. Trailer was amazing.
Looks like
oh my bad, what did you say, Jerome?
I was gonna say it looks like a game of the year contender to me. Honestly.
Yeah. It looks like that out the gate. Yeah, it looks like one of those. It looks like one of those for sure. Out the gate, it's probably gonna be in that conversation. That's a day one, 100% for me. I'll do whatever to make sure I have that ready to go whenever. I ain't pre-ordered it yet, but yeah, man, that needs to go into the into the library. Far Cry 6.
There's too many games coming out in October.
I know. It's too much.
I'm gonna keep my eye on it. I'm gonna keep my eye on it though. For real. I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
Wish lists are starting to. You saw the GIF we posted. Your backlog is just.
It's disgusting. I hate it.
So along with Far Cry as well, they talked more about the season pass, and there's going to be some DLC where you get to play as villains, seemingly in if you're a Far Cry veteran, if you played Far Cry before, then you kind of know you see all the. I'm assuming you saw the trailer, so you know what those sequences are really like. But if you're not a fan of Far Cry, in most of the games, there's always a section where
psychedelic
weird shit happens. There's always a psychedelic or some sort of brain altering thing, and weird shit just starts happening. You start hearing voices, random shit is popping out at you. You might hear the characters best friends speaking or whatever. It's always something random, right? So this is kind of one of those sequences of these bosses that we've killed. So it's well, they're dead, but as you heard Voss say, he's wait, I'm alive. And so there is some sort of weird reality where they're conscious of maybe the things that happened to them, but they're also not fully dead yet or something. So this will be super interesting to see how this plays out. It seems like you get to play with all the different villains from Far Cry 3 through 5. So that'll be really dope. I don't think the Far Cry 5 villain has lived up to the other two. Pagan Min and Voss, I think, are
Pagan Min and Voss, man. Those are big shoes to fill.
Those two are clear. The guy in here hasn't done anything worthy of that to me yet. But we'll see. We'll see where he goes. I haven't beat the game yet. Like I said, I got pissed off with the flying on a mission, so I went back to Ratchet and Clank, which is a game of the year contender as well, by the way. But if Far Cry 6 really drops this year, then I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I might have to rip myself apart.
Have to really think about it.
Yeah. So that's really cool. And then also along with that, the return of Far Cry Blood Dragon.
All sorts of Far Cry, man.
They are putting it back in. I guess you're gonna get that along with the pre-order, I think is what they were trying to say.
Did I see somewhere that said that they might be doing some kind of movie or show on Netflix?
I hope so. Do whatever you want with Far Cry.
I think they are. There's so many
a Blood Dragon show.
There is a Blood Dragon show.
Yes,
it's gonna be animated.
Yeah,
there's actually I think a clip or some pictures out. If you Google,
I thought you were saying it was like a live action Far Cry. Something. I was like, well, yeah, okay, do it. But no, I do remember them talking about the Blood Dragon show for sure. Yeah, that'll be really cool. I'm definitely watching that. You know that. But yeah, man, those were the major points for Ubisoft.
I think honestly, at first I was kind of lukewarm on them, but when I looked at it again, I think they did all right.
They did all right. They did solidly. And I think
definitely
don't get me wrong.
Stinker.
They also did I think they did a Just Dance or something like that as well too. But
gotta have the Just Dance segment.
We're not talking about that. But you can't knock them for that. That's their family game. Like we said, that's not for us.
They sell every year.
I'm not gonna shit on them. I'm sure that game is selling a lot. You know what I mean? Just like you can shit on Kids Bop all you want. Them shits is selling. There's a reason
why we got 20 different versions. Yeah.
It's why it's a Kids Bop 87, nigga, because
I don't know if y'all seen the new Kids Bops. They got 6 things on now.
I don't even know.
It's crazy, bro.
I don't know nothing about Kids Bop no more.
I want to hear
I'm gonna just find
I want to hear a Kids Bop version.
I want to just find a picture.
WAP. I want to hear the Kids Bop.
Yes.
I want to hear the Kids Bop WAP. Yeah, need that ASAP. Need that in the Serato ASAP.
Kids WAP.
WAP. Oh man,
that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't even want to speculate on what that sounds like, but I need it. I need to hear that. I know if you go on the internet somewhere on YouTube, somebody has made that, but I want to hear what the official people come up with. Like what do y'all say? You come here, white people. What do y'all think that the Kids Bop version of this is?
White people.
Actually, I
know it's white people making those decisions. Come on.
I'm actually curious what they have on the latest Kids Bop. I'm curious. I'm not gonna mention it here though. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Okay, next up, we have Square Enix. A lot of these are pretty simple points. There's not much to get to with them. First up, we'll just do Guardians of the Galaxy. Look, it looked good. It looked good.
I liked
a lot of it looked really good. I know we kind of talked about it. I was a little frustrated by the fact that you can only play as Star-Lord and you kind of
that was a little. As it went on, I was just kind of like,
oh, you can only play. You can't play. You can't
so
choose
far.
No, and that's what makes me sad because I feel like the characters are all so different and have such different skill sets that it would make it so interesting to be able to switch between the characters for different missions or just as you're playing any one mission. Like I could switch to Gamora, I could switch to Rocket, I could switch to Groot. I think it would be so dope, but that doesn't exist. You play as Star-Lord. It's the Star-Lord.
That's a missed opportunity.
It is a
very missed opportunity. I think it's actually just lazy. Honestly, because you have a whole system.
Maybe they'll try to sell you the extra characters as DLCs.
Yeah, cool. No problem.
Play as this character that you've been playing in the past 20 hours.
Play as this character, but get to actually play as him, not just hit the left directional pad and tell him what to do. Okay,
that'd be fucking disrespectful.
Like, are you playing? Like, no. Ubisoft, no. I mean, not Square Enix. Square Enix would need to have to come see somebody about that.
And this is actually made by Eidos Montreal Eidos Montreal. So the dudes that did the last Tomb Raider games, they made this.
I thought it was from the Avengers guys.
So actually, I was talking to James earlier this week, just about some stuff after this, and he had actually broke it down to me. So the first couple ones, Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal, they both collabed and made those Tomb Raiders. But then I think the third one, only one of them made it, and I think Crystal Dynamics was working on Avengers.
Oh,
and I actually didn't know that. I didn't know that.
All three of the Tomb Raiders are good anyway, and I mean,
yeah, they are. It's not like
they had a lot of the assets. I wouldn't expect them to have messed that game up because they. Don't get me wrong, the game is really good, but a lot of the assets are already there. They remastered and made some, they made not remastered, but obviously they reconfigured some stuff. They use like a lot of the hills and stuff like that. But the game it's not like 3 is just such a there's some locations that are a little different, but it's not, you can tell that stuff was reused from older games and just polished and made to look nicer, which isn't bad. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's a different challenge than creating your own game made from the ground up, even if you know the characters you're using. So to come into this game and develop it as you're going to play as one character and then everybody else is just a party character, when these characters are also interesting and engaging, you do that with characters that are like, yeah, Sora has Donald and Goofy on the side. I don't need to play as Goofy or Donald.
I thought I could play as Donald in Kingdom Hearts 3.
You know what I mean? Like that. Like that doesn't, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But like people want to play as Rocky Raccoon. Like, yeah, there might be a section where I want to go off and I just want to shoot guns and shoot rockets, and that's a cool gameplay. But also play with Drax as a brute.
Yeah, Gamora will be like, kind of like Black Widow.
Your stealth, you're fighting. You know what I mean? Star-Lord's gonna be your more protector. Come on, man! It's so much like that you can do, and they wasted it. And if you make that co-op multiplayer where you can actually do that with a couple of your friends and do like raids and stuff like that. This, to me, I'm like, this is exactly what y'all wanted fucking Marvel Avengers to do. You can do the same.
What they should have done,
Galaxy,
more or less.
They should have done for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a missed opportunity.
Avengers, they do have, and maybe story, it works out. That's not the whole. That's not the whole focus of that game. That's kind of the problem. I have a theory that, like, I feel like early on this might have also been not as huge live service game as Avengers, but I think it had a bigger multiplayer aspect. But I feel like when the Avengers Backlash started, myself included, because I was part of it, they were like, "Whoa, let's reevaluate the game," and they kind of work things around. And now, and then I think a result is just Star-Lord. Now that's just a theory, conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it, but that's kind of a thought. I would not be surprised.
They were going to go for 2 live service games, and then when the first one hit, they were like, "Whoa, all right."
Yeah, because like the art style, it's like it looks cosmic, alien planets and stuff. But yeah, you have characters that don't look like the MCU actor.
Again,
Starla has whatever that hairstyle is called, but his face is a little different. Blah blah blah.
Like even Rocket Raccoon doesn't look like the Rocket Raccoon that's in the MCU, and I'm just like, it's a stylized raccoon. How did you go out the way to make it look so much different than the one there? But I guess it's like licensed or whatever. No, I don't think it's bad. I just it's just different.
I was gonna say, I do like the character design.
I do.
It does. It looks like I don't know how they look in the comics, but
this is closer.
Definite. Yeah, it's definitely closer.
This Drax and this Gamora, this is comic.
Yeah,
this is very comic
definitely closer to the comic, and that's why I was like, you know what, I can appreciate this.
Rocket. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I just think it's a little odd. But I do think damn, what's his name? I thought Star-Lord, like that wasn't jarring. That wasn't like when we saw Peter that wasn't like when we saw Peter for the first time. And it was just like, ooh, that's a little odd. Like that's really jarring. Like why you do that? Yeah, it wasn't like that, you know. Or even when we saw the Avengers, like when Captain America and you were like Thor, and you were just
Steve Rogers
who is these niggas?
Yo, we got a great
value added Avenger niggas.
I don't know why. The way he walked them out,
I really was looking at that shit like, yo, nah, they playing, bro. These must This like the Avengers stuntman game. Like these are all the stuntmen.
Dog, they had Bruce Banner.
They try to get some love.
Purple long sleeve button up shirt, the same black dress slacks he wore in fucking Avengers 1. I was like, all right, this is a little weird. I don't like this. At least they got them looking different for the most part. This is a Star-Lord get up.
No, the characters look cool. I'm not mad at none of the characters models.
I like the design.
I just feel like because you can see the similarities with Marvel's Avengers, that's why I agree with you. It's like, they probably were trying to make this another live service game, and they didn't want to do it. But if you're gonna make it single player, you could still make it a co-op multiplayer where all the characters are playable characters. And
maybe they scrapped the multiplayer part and they just put more into the single player.
Nah, because now they just went lazy and realized we don't want to have to code all this for all these characters. It's gonna delay the game. We're not gonna have time. So we'll give you. It's a Star-Lord game, and you can control everybody else. Here are the animations. It's a lot. I can imagine it's got to be a lot easier to just say, hit this button and this character does this animation for you. Then you have to map out entire moves.
That's kind of what we see now though. Like, because you have like your dedicated your Gamora, your Drax, your Rocket. I guess they're lumping Rocket and Groot together again. They've been doing that in some other Marvel games. But then you just, while you're doing your moves, it's like, oh, Drax, charge him, or like Gamora, do the somersault kicks and stuff, whatever. Guns.
I'm not playing Dragon Ball Z like Budokai or some shit, nigga. I don't need a sub in niggas. I want to play as them. I want to play as those characters. That's why I like the movies. I want to play as those characters. I don't know. Maybe they'll change something, or maybe they can show me something more of this that makes me feel better about it, or maybe their movesets are so cool that I'm like, all right, maybe that's worth it. But to me, it just looks like now.
I mean, it wasn't a day one for me. It was more like a get on the sale, especially now. Shit, this was just on Saturday, Sunday they show this, and now fucking Metroid's in October.
Right. Yeah.
Monkey Ball's in October. Bitch. Too bad, Guardians.
I have Far Cry and Monkey.
Far Cry's in October. Guardians, too late, bro. But
is Super Mario Bros. Not Super Mario Bros. Mario Party in October. No.
I hope not.
I actually don't remember.
Actually, I don't. It don't matter. I'm not buying that first. So
I would like to purchase that day one.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Oh, this nigga gonna find time to get that.
Oh, damn! You know what's crazy? Oh no! I think this comes out like the same week as that game. Because it says October 29th. And then
I knew it was October.
Nintendo was like,
that shit is sick.
Dog, like, can a nigga keep a paycheck?
That's crazy. They put everything in October.
Yo, they said fuck the banks. We must be getting stimmy. Hey, we must be getting another stimmy in October.
Guardians is October 26th. Mario Party is October 29th. Oh man. And I mean, I like how it looked, but not day one like how it looked. Now I guess I'll play it next year, $40 type joint, or 30.
Yeah, cheap.
That's wild.
Yeah, we'll see more of that, man.
That's crazy. I mean,
I'm
I'm
not
still
sold on
interested
that.
in
It looked interesting, but
I'm still
I'm not
interested.
sold.
I'm not gonna write it off. I do want to see another look at it. Maybe be like, oh, here's the Gamora section. Be like, okay, why did you show that first, bitch?
Right. Yeah. See, now, if there's portions in the game where at least you can control them and actually use them, then I'd be more okay with that. But if it's only going to be Star-Lord controlling a team like we play in XCOM or something, no, I could go play XCOM.
It's like making an X-Men game. You only play as like you have a whole X-Men
play
game.
as
You have the
Cyclops
whole,
and you just tell
you only,
everybody else what to do.
oh, bro, you just do.
You know how trash that would be? All you're doing is beaming people. It's like,
that'll be fucking
hey,
whack.
put this shit down.
Be whack.
This shit ass. Damn, Cyclops is whack. That sucks. That's why he got his girl took. Who didn't take that nigga girl? Actually. No. Anyways.
Poor Scott Summers, bro.
Oh, man.
Scott Summers, bro.
Poor guy.
Scotty.
But yeah. Square.
Since we're on Marvel, let's just knock this one out the way too. Marvel's Avengers War for Wakanda, that DLC is coming out. To me, everything they show for it, all the little trailers and stuff, I love to look at. I don't own the game, and eventually I told you I will get it when it's on a good enough sale for me. But it does look good. It does look fun. It looks like something that I want to purchase. I want to try. Like, I want to play that. So I will eventually do it. But there's still no release date for it. So, and I think the base price for this game is still too much. I still think it's overpriced, even with this DLC. But with them still not announcing when this comes, yeah, why would anybody pay full price?
It's weird. It's weird. I thought two things when I watched that whole segment. One, they definitely were going to show us last year, but with Chadwick's unfortunate passing, rest in peace. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of characters, again, the same, characters that have different, face actors, whatever. Like we saw Shuri's get up was very similar to the movie. And, he's got the same suit with the purple kinetic energy blast stuff. The city looked really similar from that little vista they showed. So there's a number of things there. I was like, well, okay, smart for them to delay. Maybe if they need to work on it more, better that too. Because it did look really good.
Yeah, no, it looked cool. Can't take that from them.
Yeah, and it gets to my second point to where this should, in quote unquote, save this game's reputation, but it's just too far gone. It'll be really fine. I wouldn't be surprised if it was really good, but it's still part of that same live servicey, grindy. I don't know. Just why couldn't this game
these live service games? You gotta hit the ground.
Why couldn't this game just been its own single player game? Just add these DLCs as it is. Like, why couldn't it just been its own single player, man? Man. How do you fuck up MCU Avengers, bro? It doesn't make sense.
Money.
Yeah, they got too greedy. They saw the
they was convinced they was gonna make money.
They had the same mistake EA made of Anthem. Except this is worse than Anthem, I would say, because this is MCU Avengers. How do you fuck up the bag that bad?
I mean, there does seem to be a community of people out there that are still playing the game.
I mean,
sure. I will say that. I've seen people out there playing it, word to them. But me personally, it's not a knock. Like, I don't think the game is horrible in total. It's just the price the game is, it's not worth what it is unless this is like the only thing that you're going to play because all you care about is Avengers. It's the only reason you own a system is to play Avengers-based games. Then by all means, go ahead and get it. Like, I respect you for that. I really, really do. Truly.
There's probably someone out there that loves just about everything about the game. And you know what?
If they bought it, for me.
If they bought it and they enjoy it, that's fantastic.
Facts. So there is a group of people out there that enjoy this game for various reasons. So shout out to them. Me, I want to be one of those people that enjoy this game, but I can't enjoy it until it's $10 or less. Then I can join y'all that might be enjoying this game. I will say they need to tell people something though. When is this coming? Say something, man, because those people, you have people that are playing your game that are committed to you, and your game's been looking not great for the longest, and you need to reward the people that have stuck it out by putting this out, making sure they get something extra for riding with you through this and playing your game through this. Do something, figure it out, man. That's all I got on that. Did y'all have anything else on War for Wakanda?
Looks good. On the surface, it looks good. just give a date out for those that are looking for it. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we got. I just wanted to talk about this because I was curious about it. You got Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. I didn't really understand what I was looking at. The trailer looked very, very dated to me. It looked like it just looked like an older game. And maybe it is an old game and I don't know.
No, it's new.
But it looked like an old game that probably should have came out in it looks like Thief.
It looked like Thief. Oh man.
And Thief didn't look good when it came out. But I like Thief. So it was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And there's a little reflection in the puddles. Like they kind of did all right. But half that game is at night and you don't get to really take in the world of Thief like that. So as much as it looked decent in the day, game that looked great at night, this game looks like Thief. It looks like grainy and kind of washed out and just like it could run on like Windows Vista or something. It just didn't look great. It didn't look great Vista. To me. They said it's supposed to be like a Dark Souls-esque game type thing. But
yeah, it's made so.
This is what Square Enix got time to do instead of build actual worlds in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, we talking about
so it's made by it's like a collab thing. It's made by Team Ninja, who's with Koei Tecmo, and they make the Neo games. I don't know if you ever the Neo. It's basically it's basically a Dark Souls-esque game because Neo is like a type of Dark Souls. It's got the yokai stuff or whatever. And from what I understand, because I had to read up on it more because I'm not really into the Final Fantasy stuff. So it's supposed to be like a weird retelling type thing of the first Final Fantasy stuff. And like, I don't know about them dudes that be wearing normal ass clothing. And he's like, I have to kill chaos and all this meme shit. But I don't know. It didn't do anything for me really.
Yeah, no, it didn't. I mean, and listen, again, all love to Final Fantasy fans who thought that was amazing and that's what you wanted and that's what you're.
A lot of them are kind of like, oof.
Hey, listen, hey, look, again, if you are a Final Fantasy fan and that's what you were waiting for and you're excited about that, I'm happy for you. Good, like, please be happy. I want you to be excited about that because that's your game. Don't give a fuck about what I got to say. I just think that shit look like hot ass. That's just me. That shit was terrible.
There's a demo on PS5 right now. I think to the end of the month. I was gonna download it and try it. I was gonna try it.
Damned if I let that shit. That shit will probably crash your PS5, bro. Be careful with that,
bro. You know what's
warranty, right?
No, bro. The funniest thing is immediately after that, this conference, or whatever, and it was up for download. It was corrupted, so no one could play it for hours. It was corrupted. It's fixed now. It's fixed now on Thursday. It's fixed now, but
I bet.
But when did that? 6 days, 5. What numbers? Counting 4 or 5 days ago. It's been fixed. But still, it's funny. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about it, really.
Yeah. Ian, you cared about that shit at all?
Sorry, the baby was crying.
Oh no, you did.
Yeah, I thought it was cool, man. I thought it was cool. I heard it was like there's some Pokemon-esque mechanics involved. As far as
yeah, they got that similar. That was the only thing too. Yeah, they got that similar little system where you can like combine
when you beat a boss,
demons or something,
then can summon that boss to help you in the next battle. I thought that was pretty cool, honestly.
It's probably a game. It probably plays fine, but everything else probably.
How did it look to you? What them graphics look like to you?
Like the first Dark Souls. Jesus.
It looked, like Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's 2021. That shit looked like the first.
The first Dark Souls looked pretty good though. I ain't think it was.
Yeah, 2000 whatever that year was.
Yeah. For the first Dark Souls,
they remastered that game they remastered like 3 years ago because it looks so old.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on,
kind of looks the same to me. Honestly, it kind of looks the same to me. But anyway.
I'm just saying, bro, that shit was, hey man, to each their own, man. Shout out to all the fans of Final Fantasy. And lastly, on our Square Enix docket, portion of the docket, we had Babylon's Fall, which I just, we just came from starting this off when we talked about Gearbox, how they doubled down on Godfall. Well, here is Square Enix to let you know that there's a worse game. There's probably a worse game than Godfall. Babylon's Fall I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't have anything kind to say. If you are a fan of this game or you think this is gonna be good, you shouldn't be allowed to like spend money yourself. You don't know how to make smart decisions. Looks terrible. Everything about that shit looks bad. It don't seem good. It looks like Godfall, but like they turned all the graphic sliders down.
Yeah, I don't. That's the
Nigga,
thing
that
that
shit
got
look
me
like
the most.
RuneScape, my nigga. That shit
Oh
looks
no,
like
no. Oh no. Nah, RuneScape, bro. I hated RuneScape then because it looked
that
like
shit
that.
looked like RuneScape,
I tried
bro.
RuneScape
That
after
shit is ass, bro. What the fuck are they
that game
doing?
was so blurry, bro. It looked like a really bad switchboard. That's how bad it looked, bro. Like just blurry. Hey, that's what hurts me the most because I love Platinum games because when they're on, them boys are on. They make some of the best action games out there. I don't know if it's just poor direction or they just ran out of money or they made a live service game. I don't know.
Somebody explain to me how the niggas that made Bayonetta
I'm not
made
mad
this.
at all.
Like, what was the Bayonetta budget and what's this? Did the first Bayonetta look this bad?
No, I mean,
relative to the time it came out in, because I'm just because maybe this is just what they do with new IPs. The first one is just ass, and then the next one they're like, hey, people played it, so we'll up the budget. Like, is that what it is? Because I can't for the life of me understand how this shit looks this bad.
I don't know, man.
It has to be on purpose. They have to be the style they're going for. Like they have to. It has to be like, hey, like, do you still play World of Warcraft? Well, here's something that looks just as shitty, but on your console.
Say yes. And
like that's what it is. It looks and World of Warcraft has to look better than this now. All them CGI trailers I see for World of Warcraft, it has to look better than whatever Babylon's Fall looks like. Like, has to. I'm sorry, man. That shit looked like garbage. I haven't seen one positive thing said about it. I haven't said anything positive about it. I didn't see any positives about it.
Well, okay.
I didn't think there was a game that could look worse than Godfall, and that shit cleared it.
I mean, Godfall doesn't even look like graphically bad.
And that's the thing. At least Godfall graphically looks good.
It just has too much shiny gold shit everywhere. This is just like
too gaudy.
It's gaudy. Yeah, it's gaudy. That's a good way to put it. So at the end of that, they did say there was a closed beta, and because I want to understand what's going on.
Yeah, we know.
I signed up for it. I'm not any. They didn't say, "Hey, you're in." They say if you're chosen, you'll get an email.
Bro,
you're not.
You don't get.
You missed the NDA,
spot. You missed the NDA. You missed the NDA. Yeah, you missed the NDA, man.
you know you're gonna get into that.
No, there's no NDA when they put at the end of the trailer.
Sure, you get into all of them things. You got into
no, I don't. Too.
No, the only shit I ever been in early was Destiny, dog. And I'm not gonna lie, them letting me in made me feel like the shit. That was, it do feel good when you get into an alpha, especially an alpha. Fuck a beta, but if I can get into the closed alpha, nah, I'm elite, bro. They know I'm a cold nigga. They know I'm a cold nigga. That's what it is.
That's because Devolver's cool. That's all. Devolver's cool people.
Yeah, get into them.
Square Enix is probably like, no,
betas for whatever, bro. Anybody can get into a closed beta. They always posting about those. Get yourself into a closed alpha. Get into that. Now you know you was deep.
Destiny beta was kind of like commodity back then. I had it on the 360 and I was like, yo, this runs like ass, but I'm in it.
The Destiny beta was rough for y'all, but the alpha was fire with that one ass mission.
I heard. It was like, I heard I heard
shit happening, nigga. Them trash ass weapons. That game changed so drastically after you played it for real. That's from the alpha and beta. We were like playing up to a level 8, and it was just like, oh yeah, this is cool. And then you got into the real game and realized that level 8 wasn't shit. And actually, none of that shit you did was shit at all, actually. And I don't know why I didn't think that through. Like, obviously, they wouldn't make it the most powerful we could get. Like,
some games do that though.
You know what I'm saying?
The story is just the basic baby shit. And then once after you're done with that, then the real game opens up. But
yeah, no, them niggas knew what it was.
I'll let y'all know when I get in it. I mean, I just want to try just to see if I just want to try and see what they were thinking. Just don't make it a live service.
Listen, I want to be pleasantly surprised. I would love for you to come back and be like, yo, I know we talk shit, but this is fire. Maybe this is some shit. Please come back.
It's a co-op thing too. Maybe the gameplay will be legit and it's just ugly. Like it looks like some impressionist art or something where it's like all the watercolors or whatever. I don't know. So anyway,
that shit looked like them video games they be playing on like big.
I didn't like that at all. I'm not worried about Bayonetta 3, even though they probably rebooted it for whatever reason. I'm not worried about Bayonetta 3 by Platinum because Nintendo is usually the one to be like, now they're like, we ain't showing shit until it looks good.
Facts, yeah.
They usually Square Enix probably like, whatever, bro, live service, money, and all that shit. But anyway, it's disappointing. Love Platinum. It's disappointing. Hate to see them with an L like this.
A big L like that.
Fat tough. L. Jesus. But anyway.
That's tough to see.
Stay home next time. You ain't got
Yeah. Don't do that again, man. Don't do that again. You already put out Kingdom Hearts 3.
Again.
Nobody ever wants to play Kingdom Hearts 4 now.
I'm about to rant again, but we have time.
We know that we
have time to do.
Yeah, come on. Don't do this again. Don't do this again, please. All right. Now we in for the home stretch here. The final big boy, the big dog of one of the other big dogs. Xbox and Bethesda. I do think it's kind of wild that they put them together, right? It'd be like PlayStation being like PlayStation and Naughty Dog. No, nigga, it's PlayStation. Them Naughty Dog niggas gonna be there though.
I mean, they allow Bethesda. I mean, so
I know, but Bethesda's so big. But I mean, I don't know. It's just a little. You gotta show your muscle when you gotta be like, nah, it's Microsoft and our friend Bethesda. Like, it shouldn't be like it shouldn't be Xbox and but it was like the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. Like, and I mean, to be fair, I mean, they did have a lot to throw in here.
They shared.
They had a lot to throw, so Bethesda would have done well on their own, mind you, is how I look at it.
Maybe
I think they would have done okay.
Ubisoft tier.
Well, yeah, but I don't think that's a bad tier. You show 6 or 7 games, and you got 4 to 5 out of those are solid. I think that's decent. That's a good show.
That's true.
2 of them might look like are the iffy misses. You say, okay, I think you take that. But yeah, I don't know. I just think Xbox could have showed a little more backbone. But what do I know? They came out the gate with Starfield, actually, right?
Yeah. It just was like, yo, we have Starfield. No, you're asking. Here it is.
Y'all been complaining. Here it is. Trailer was nice, but it was again. They said some of it was taken in engine.
It's all in it. Or no. Did they?
Did they say, or was it all in engine? I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I think it was all in engine.
Okay.
So it wasn't like
I know that this is gonna sound repetitive as well, and maybe I just have a thing with space. This game kind of gave me Returnal vibes as well. I don't know why. It's just every game I think now in space is just making me think of Returnal. Any game with the astronaut suit at all is just making me think of Returnal. But I did think the
NASA ass space suits.
Yeah, man. So I was reading up on Starfield because even though I don't own an Xbox and I don't know that my computer is good enough to run Game Pass games, at least to a decent level, I want them to do well. I want them to have these games. So getting Starfield and getting it exclusive is dope.
It's probably going to be good.
Dope. It's going to be really good, I think. But I want to know more about how this game is going to play. And they were talking about it, and they were saying that they considered a lot of shit when they were making this game. They said they considered like, so the game is set like 300-ish years in the future.
Okay.
And they were saying that as they were developing the world of Starfield, or the universe really of Starfield, they took into account things at like the lowest level. So they were like, what do people eat 300 years in the future? How has religion progressed 300 years in the future? How has, all these different man-made, just things that humans do now to survive and to communicate and whatever, that they kind of took all those things to account, and they say they're accounted for. Like, basically the game is supposed to be really rooted in a lot of realism. It should feel believable to an extent. Like, hey, you know what? Okay, 300 years in the future, maybe we could have a flying or some technology to get us here and do this thing, and then, So I'm interested, man. The only reason is we've been playing games a long time now, so I feel like you got to know when to curb your hype a little bit. Starfield is one of those ones I think we need to curb our hype on. We have to hold out for gameplay.
Absolutely.
Have to hold out for gameplay to know exactly what we're getting for sure, because gameplay is everything. A trailer can look amazing. There are some indie games out there with trailers that if you saw them, you'd be like, what is this? I have to buy this today. And then when you see gameplay, you'd be like, wait, what? This is what? You would never play that. And it's not mean that the game is bad, but it's just not what the trailer made you think it was. Actually, Knights of the Old Republic is like that. Watch a Knights of the Old Republic trailer or any of the little mini cutscene movies or something. Go on YouTube and watch that. You gonna watch that and be like, "What? This is in the game? Oh, I need to play this." And then you go to the game and it don't play that way. It just doesn't play the way that the trailer entices you to think it might. It's still good, but it doesn't play that way. And yeah, I'm really big on one note the actual gameplay loop of this is going to be and what the mechanics are going to be, how it's going to feel. But I'm down for a space exploration game that's like bounded in like some sort of realism and you know, even when interacting with other cultures or potentially alien cultures, maybe you have to, you know, hey, do you have a god or something? I don't know. It could be cool, man. It could be really cool. So I'm interested in Starfield a lot. How y'all feel about Starfield? What y'all like about it?
I mean, for in-engine visually, I think it looked really impressive. Just first look at anything of it, the only thing we saw before was that the logo Starfield, like the little circle going around the letters and stuff. Yeah, the moon thingy. Yeah. Yeah, I do like that. It's not like, I mean, I do like a lot of, you know, like spacey type games, whatever. I do agree. I do like how it's kind of, despite being future, it's like they're still kind of taking this kind of practical, like, and I say NASA just because that's like, you know, this like the standard space program and everything. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that, where it's like it looks like what if they just kept going and we actually going out in the universe and find other places.
Exactly.
So that seems really cool.
I think that's cool. Yeah.
Man, so I see potentially. I'm keeping an eye out for it. They slapped a date on it, November 11th, 2022. So even if it being that far out, that's interesting that they slapped a date on it. It is good. It shows that, you know, they at this point they do have a proper date and they've been working for years and years.
Yeah.
So I do want to learn more. I don't really play these type of Bethesda games like that, like the Fallout type game, or I'm sorry, Elder Scrolls type games like Skyrim, but I am intrigued in this, so I'm gonna keep an eye out for sure.
And I'm also thinking it could be like that. What if Starfield is just like Fallout in space?
I think that's what a lot of people were expecting, like an Elder Scrolls or Fallout. Well, I don't know if it's Fallout. This doesn't seem like.
Nah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Earth is messed up. But yeah, like
I don't mean in concept. I don't mean in like the plot. I just mean in like the concept of.
Oh, okay.
You're exploring different planets, and I mean, essentially, or maybe even a better comparison might be, shit. Now I just slipped my mind. What's the game we were just talking about the other day? The
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky, like a version of that, but just with maybe more people-to-people interactions and stuff like that. So who knows what that's going to be? I think it's interesting though. The only other thing on that was that, damn, I forgot his name already. Let me see if I got it right here somewhere. I do not. But Buddy from Bethesda basically came out and apologized that Starfield is going to be exclusive to Xbox and
that's probably
Windows PC.
Todd Howard. He's like the face of like Elder Scrolls game, like the actual Bethesda game.
Right. He came out and he apologized and he said, basically he said, "Hey, look, guys, I apologize that this game is going to be exclusive on Xbox. That, you know, that wasn't really my intention when we started.
Money talks, motherfucker."
Yeah. Guess what though? They paid us a lot of fucking money to not put this game over there, and we took it. So
we let them take the whole company too.
Dog. Like, I'm sorry, dog. Like, y'all just gonna have to live with it, nigga. Get a PC, get an Xbox. Good luck out there. You know, and that's okay, bro. Look, man. Obviously, I think it's pretty well known that I'm obviously a little bit PlayStation biased. I lean towards PlayStation more. But I own the 360. I want to see them do well. I like to see them do well, and I think this is a step in the right direction to buy somebody like Bethesda and for them to make their games like this exclusive. But even on top of that, you know, and I don't think they said that specifically about Starfield, but when they have these big games, as many of these games as we're talking about that are going to Game Pass on day one, that's a game changer. That's a game changer with a lot of these games that are coming out, man. And that's
and there's gonna be a lot of ways to play them. Like you only have to, you will not have to go out and buy like a $300 or $500 box. Not saying build a PC. I'm not even saying either, because that's even more pricey, especially how these games. If you want to play them at this like graphical fidelity, way more than $1,000 these days. But yeah, you know, they're gonna have the cloud streaming stuff. They announced like the little TVs are gonna come with Xbox app or whatever another year or so. So they're future proofing certain things just for Game Pass. So overall, but yeah, so yeah, eager to look forward and see more Starfield.
Yeah, man, that'll be really good, man. I'm excited for that. What's next? They also showed Back for Blood. I thought that looked pretty cool. Again, not a game that I'm invested in or anything like that, because this is
that's another.
Isn't Back for Blood is like an offshoot of another game, isn't it?
It's a lot of the people that used to be at Valve and made Left 4 Dead. They basically are making it. That's why it's called Back 4 Blood.
Yeah. Left 4 Dead.
So it's another type of Left 4 Dead type of game. They're gonna have another beta soon-ish. I think before the summer's over.
Oh, that's what it was. There was a beta that you guys played. Did you enjoy that?
Yes. Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think I remember y'all. I don't know why I remember it, but I don't remember. Yeah.
It was only on PC. That one was only.
Yes,
on PC.
yes. Okay, that's what it was.
But this next beta coming, I think it's. I think it might be July. I think it's in July. It's basically a 4-player. You can choose characters that have specific abilities. So it's kind of, I don't want to say Overwatch where it's like hero shooter, but it's like characters have certain things they're better at doing.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's basically you fight against all these other zombies. And you move through different areas, and you got to fight swarms of them. You just gotta be strategic with it. So it's just one of those games that it's a true like play with the homies game. It's one of those games you got your homies, a squad, go up and try and make your way the best way possible and survive. That's what it is.
Nice.
Yeah. So pretty much the whole reason why it's here, because it's already been said it's going to go to everything. Except for the Switch. It's going to go everything except for the Switch. They're pretty much confirming it's going to be day one on Game Pass, which is great because games like these, even though it's made by a lot of the people, they're going to say from the makers of Left 4 Dead, it needs most people that can get the better from day one going forward. And it also announced crossplay. I don't think they announced it here, but I'm mentioning it for people that don't want to do Game Pass but may have friends on PC or consoles that want to play it. So yeah, everyone can play together. Dope. So
that is dope, and it's going to Game Pass, man. That Game Pass is going to kill Sony. That game. I don't mean that literally. But I do think over time, as Xbox keeps putting more of these cross-platform games onto Game Pass,
that's good.
Over time, that's going to start hurting Sony's pocket eventually. It ain't done it yet. It ain't done it big time yet.
Not yet. No.
MLB The Show hurt them a bit, especially because they went to Game Pass day one. I know that hurt them. They got a hit from that, but it ain't really hit them yet because it's not going across the board. It's not so many.
Yeah, it's just the first year. Not many people have Xboxes yet either. It was only on Xbox too. The console, it wasn't on PC or cloud or anything.
Right.
So going forward, it can, when people become aware, oh shit, this is another year on Xbox or something. Then for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's good. Trying to think what's next. Oh, we got to look at Battlefield 2042. I know, Draw, you were super excited for that.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I think that's one of the best games they showed in all these presentations at E3, and Nintendo included. I mean, I'm still excited about Metroid and all that, but this looks fire. So it's like, again, so the year 2042. It's near future, I'm gonna call it, because it's like in 20 some years. But yeah, basically it's like they showed gameplay. PS5 and Xbox Series, whatever, it's gonna have up to 128 people playing at once, which is insane. That's crazy. So I'm guessing these maps are gonna be just fucking huge.
Humongous.
But what they showed is like these dudes are like infiltrating these city areas, towers, these tall building city areas, and then there was like a big ass sandstorm which was appearing. So when they were fighting, the sandstorm just appeared in real time. So they were fighting within the sandstorm, and they had like dudes with like a grappling hook. I mean, put a grappling hook in most first-person shooters, and that's a dub in my opinion. Grappling hook, going up on this crane, slid, and like bow, shot this dude off the thing. Dude was I don't know what he did. He like pressed a button and made this vehicle fly off a building and crash into a helicopter. Dudes have wingsuits. You can like switch your loadout on the fly. I don't even know how that works yet, but that looked dope. Because like in Battlefield, you have like you have different like character roles. I'm not sure if they're doing that in this game. I think it looks like everyone just has everything, and you just set up your configurations or whatever, like your support or healing, your weapon, grenades, etc. Yeah, man, it looks phenomenal. I do know, and y'all listening will probably recognize this. EA was not E3 at all this year. They're gonna have their own separate thing in July. I don't know why. Don't ask us. I don't know. We don't know. Whatever. But yeah, they said they're gonna show more and probably do a deeper dive there. So I'm looking forward to 100%. October is a crazy ass month, but I kind of want this to be a day one cop. It just depends. I'm looking forward to regardless. So it looks like a ton of fun. Man. It looks fire.
Yeah, man. I think that one looks good. I don't think I commit myself to another shooter that I know I'm not gonna like deep dive in completely, even though I may have fun with it from time to time. But I already have Call of Duty for that. So unfortunately, I think I'll pass on it until maybe it's on like a nice ass sale one day or something, and then I'll pick it up.
It will be for sure next year sometime.
But it looked great. It looked really good, really, really good.
And that was just alpha footage or whatever they
really good.
Say alpha game.
Rich Derek would buy that just to have it in the rotation.
Yeah,
because that would be that looked great. Yeah, man. Shout out to that. Yeah, you picking that one up, Ian?
Absolutely not.
Damn. He said he think I'm gonna finish the sentence with absolutely nope with a not at the end.
Like you, I can't commit to. I barely play Call of Duty, so
yeah. No, I get it, man.
It is definitely a commitment type game. Yeah, for sure. Well, looks like that might be me, myself, and I on that one.
You're not gonna be
some of the other guys
expert. Yeah, no, I mean, but that's why I don't feel bad about it, because I know you got John and everybody else.
I mean, they're the ones that are a bit more excited. I mean, I'm excited because they're excited, and this looks really good now.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're gonna probably talk about Halo soonish, but competition.
So a light one that came up, a small one that came up that I thought was really cool looking was a game called 12 Minutes. I honestly don't fully understand what was happening in the trailer completely, but it looked really dope. It looked like I couldn't tell if he was dying or if he just reached a certain point and was looping. But he got 12 minutes to figure out some shit and you keep reliving it. And I'm kind of a sucker for that, especially in game format.
What's comes out? October, August 19th.
12 Minutes?
It does. Yeah, I have
I didn't see the release date.
I got you. I'll put it right here in the chat right here. This one I'm looking at. Just keep up and remember what stuff look like. Yeah, they've been showing some other things over the past couple of years. It's definitely one of those indie games where it's like indie games kind of disappear because they ain't got the money like that, so it takes time for them to make these type of games. But yeah, it's like I don't really understand how it works either. All I've heard is that apparently it does literally just take 12 minutes. But it's coming to Game Pass, so I will give it a try.
Oh man, yeah, I want to play this game, man. I will play this on Game Pass PC. I think this is a game that I can play, right? I feel like this is one that I can play.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna play this, bro. 12 minutes looks really, really good. I just want to read this to you so that you can understand, because I think this little synopsis is solid for the people out there who maybe missed this game or overlooked it. In 12 minutes, you play as a man coming home for what should be a romantic evening with your wife. The night twists into a nightmare when a brutish policeman breaks into your home, accuses your wife of murder, and beats you to death, only for you to wake up, suddenly return to the moment you open the front door. Your wife is blissfully unaware of what is about to happen, but you remember everything.
Returnal. No, I'm kidding. But no, it looks like you have to.
Yeah.
That's like a meme now.
Hell yeah, nigga. It's like a million of those, bro.
Returnal now. Ooh, but no, that's
like a million. Crazy. But I don't care, bro. Loot me.
That sounds
crazy.
Actually.
Me, bro. I'm fine. That sounds fire, bro. You got to figure out why this keeps happening. Oh yeah, sign me up. And he keeps remembering. And they say, yeah, obviously, like, so every time you die or 12 minutes hits, and you reset, you learn something new. But he remembers every single thing.
And it just has this bird eye view of like one room, right?
Yeah.
Like how much, what
I don't know.
can you do in one single
I gotta
room?
see it, bro. I have to understand. This game has captured me. I need to see a little bit more on it, but they have got me. They have got me interested in this game. I feel like it's gonna be one of those, like, a shorter game too. Like, I don't know that it's gonna be like, 20-hour game. I think it's gonna be like 4 or 5 hours maybe.
Man,
I hope so. I hope it's just like a little short one-off kind of game, a little short. You can just kind of get through, get the story and shit. But yeah, that game looks cool, man. I'm sorry. That game got my attention.
It does.
Hard Body.
Sounds dope. Yeah.
Hard really Body cool. Got my attention, man. I when I saw that one, I was like, all right, Xbox, y'all doing a little something here.
I think it's coming
Starfield
everywhere.
Was good, but this is 12 minutes going everywhere.
Well, when I say everywhere, I mean PlayStation.
Well,
but Game Pass for sure. I think it's the first time they said it will be on Game Pass because I didn't know that until this, and I was like, oh well, I guess I'm trying this or playing this. I'm playing this.
They listed it as I thought they said exclusive during it, and they listed this as an exclusive.
Isn't it exclusive?
All they list is it's going to Microsoft Windows, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X.
Wait, this is an exclusive.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, and I guess you can get it on like Steam as well too.
Still though.
Oh, and then Willem Dafoe is in this acting somewhere. So yeah.
He is?
Yeah, give me that.
Am I?
Yeah, give me that for sure. Yeah, sign me up, coach. I'm in the game.
All right,
yeah, man.
Cool,
it's only on Xbox and Steam. So yeah,
you probably Game Pass trials are like $1.
I know, but I've already used that. So
you'll probably find another one. Do like kind of like I did back in the day, where instead of like having one gamer tag, just keep making those dummy ones, and they give you like that 48-hour trial, keep stacking it.
Fact.
That worked, man.
Keep playing this shit,
and they stopped that shit.
Then they started figuring it out.
Wait a minute.
This is you again. It's like the guy who keeps coming back for the free samples and the mustache. Mustache, then he got a wig, then he got a mask, then he got a scarf. Bro, I know it's you, and these are free. Like, you don't have to
colors, masks or whatever. But yeah, 12. Okay, wow, that's crazy. Man, okay, so I'll give him credit.
I think that's it's a good exclusive to have. I think that looked really good.
That's interesting.
It's good, and I'm not being facetious. I'm being dead serious. I want people to know that. I mean it. Think that was really good.
Being real, folks.
I am. I think give Xbox a hard time, but apparently it's working because they popped out some good looking shit.
I'll say what I want to say after we're done talking about Xbox conference. But I think about it. Yeah. That's part of it.
Next up, we got Psychonauts 2. And I know, Gerard, you were saying you watched some some other info on it as well. Yeah, I just thought the game looked cool overall. It gave me, and I know this is going to sound cliche, just as cliche as my Returnal takes for every game that's in space, but this game gave me very Ratchet and Clank type vibes.
I thought you were going to say Returnal vibes. I was like, all right, bro, relax. I don't know why. I was like, I know.
Why, Dick?
When you go into the mind, it's
Dick,
like
you're wrong.
Restarting. I don't know.
This would have been the one where it's like, all right, Dick, no.
This is where the Returnal meme begins. Oh man, but okay, I do see what you got. Ratchet and
Clank vibes is what Psychonauts was giving me, man. That's what it was giving me. You know what I mean? You just that kind of quirky style, but there's clearly going to be missions. There's clearly going to be some challenge to it. You kind of have your. I look at Ratchet doesn't have any powers, but he's got all these different kinds of crazy guns. And, this guy seems like he had some powers and stuff. I've never played a Psychonauts game. I don't know too much about it. Shout out to the homie Billy. He's a big fan of these games. So
they're 3D platformers, and you have to go in people's psyche and their minds and platforming.
Yeah, but doesn't he have a power? I think he can move shit with his mind, or he can blast shit with his mind.
I think he has what do you call it? Telekinesis? I think he has
something like that.
Stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. It looked cool. Everything I've seen about it looked kind of cool. Again,
shout out to Psychonauts.
It's an Xbox exclusive, right? Yeah.
No, it's actually so
Is it?
Real quick. So when they announced the game a few years ago, it was like a Kickstarter game. That's a Kickstarter. A Kickstarter game was going to come to PlayStation and Xbox. But then this was one of the many acquisitions. They bought the studio that makes this. Name is Double Fine. They bought them. So, but they were like, since you've been making this and it was originally a Kickstarter game, we're going to honor it. And
yeah, well, as they should.
They had, yeah, but I mean, Psychonauts, from what I remember, I think the first Psychonauts was just strictly an Xbox game. Like I don't think it was on I don't think it was on GameCube or PlayStation back in the day. So I think most people's mind share of Psychonauts that are fans is going to be Xbox. It's going to be on PlayStation 4 as well, just because there's 100-some million PlayStation 4s around. So yeah. So overall, it's cool to see one of these games just get that super late sequel.
Yeah.
And then looking as good as it does. So I think everyone will be happy.
Yeah, man.
I'll keep an eye on it for sure.
Yeah, man. I like these quirky games, man. I think the better these games do, the better chance we have of getting those Sly Coopers and Jack and Daxter games, to come back. So I definitely think definitely want to see them continue to do well, man. So I'm happy with that. Draw. Geronimo. You know what's
Derek, the pot. All right. So okay. Halo Infinite. All right, so first things first. They had the head of 343 Industries, Miss Bonnie Ross. A lot of Halo fans, to put it nicely, have a mixed opinion on how she's run that studio in Halo since Halo 4. Put it lightly. I don't really hate her like that, but at the same time, it's like, all right, well, she's stood up, so it's gotta be something. So, and then she also brought this dude named John Stanton, who he worked on the original Halos when it was just Bungie, and he had left to do other stuff within Microsoft. But ever since the big backlash of Halo Infinite last year and the Craig Root memes, the ugly looking face and stuff, they're like, they made a big thing where they're like, yo, we got an OG to kind of head a lot of this game, kind of steer in the right direction. So they had to kind of talk about the game, and they're talking about some of the graphical improvements of the campaign. Now, they didn't do a full demo like last year, but they show how it looks in engine. It does look better. It's noticeably better. It's not no Ratchet and Clank, Horizon, wow factor graphically, but it looks, for me, it looks much better. It looks good. It looks like it should be on a current gen. Well, it's going to be on original Xbox as well, but it looks like a current gen game for the most part. Yeah. But the real hype shit is they show that multiplayer. Ooh,
replay.
Ooh, okay, it looks really good. So the reasons why it looks really good, for someone like me that's like that's played pretty much all the main Halos all the past 15 years or so, is that it's fun. It's like they're embracing the sandbox gameplay where you're dropping, you have your starting weapons, we can go about and find equipment, better, the power weapons like rocket launcher and sword, the hammer, stuff like that. They're kind of going back to that basis, but they're adding some new stuff on top of it, like just small things like when you pick up your active camo or your overshield, you don't just pick it up and you activate it. You have it, and then it's like an equipment you can use and activate it later. Or if you have it on you and someone comes up, runs on you, and they kill your ass, they can pick up your equipment and just go along there. And they have some other new stuff that you can do. There's like a repulsor thing where you can like propel yourself up and stuff. They have a grapple hook, which I think looks like it's standard. I think the grapple hook is standard on every Spartan.
Okay.
There's a bunch of little things that are like little nice visual callbacks to the first three Halos, I would say. But I'm not gonna go about that here today. Overall, it just looks really fun. It looks like they removed the ADS from Halo 5, just a standard zoom, and the ADS in Halo was a controversial thing when Halo 5 first came out, because the thing about Halo is, despite with Sprint nowadays, it's all about moving around, just getting your headshots, because it's a longer time to kill than most other shooting games, and it always has been like that. So when you use ADS, it kind of trivializes half of the movement in your 1v1 type fights, and it's just like, all right, well, who has the BR, or who had whatever. So they removed that and they brought it back to how it was before, and that's good. Some of the maps have looked good. They introduced a different Warhog where you can like store weapons on it as you move around, which it's kind of strange. It never was done until now. Just little things like that. Vehicles aren't just on the map anymore. Like they spawn throughout the matches you're going on. And it looks like when you like, and this might, I think it's me speculating. They didn't really confirm this, but for me speculating, it looks like, when you find, like, let's say you get the rocket launcher, you see them 3-4 dudes in the Warhog. You'd be like, I got a rocket launcher. I'm gonna blow their ass up and keep moving. Usually when you blow their ass up, the Warhog burns up for a bit, but then disappears after a while. Now it looks like they just kind of stay the whole match. So it's like part of the match. So you have to kind of keep that in consideration and things like that, moving around, stuff like that. So overall, it just looks really exciting. It looks really fun. It's free to play, which is a big thing. It's free to play. Like at this point, if you have an interest and you have someone that can run it, you can try it out.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really excited about the multiplayer. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like kind of like a building on Halo 3, but like on steroids, and that's good. So I'm really excited for it. Really excited for it. Just want to see more maps. That's kind of one of 343's weaker aspects. But yeah, pretty good showing for Halo. The only problem, still no release date. They said holiday 2021, but still no release date, whether it be multiplayer or the campaign. So I know they're working hard. They have a whole year of delay.
You think it's 2022 for sure then?
No, I think they'll make it. I don't know if the whole game will make it this year.
But you think at least multiplayer?
I think at least multiplayer will make it this year.
Okay.
And if there is a date they would do, because they've been talking about it's the 20th anniversary, which it is 20th anniversary. I would think they would release it in mid-November, which I think that's when the first Halo came out, like maybe November 15th or 16th, something like that. One of those days. I would not be surprised if they do choose a holiday time. It will be around that time for the 20th anniversary vibes and all that stuff. But yeah, overall, it looks good. They're on the right track. I can't wait to play the multiplayer along with Battlefield. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Yeah, man. No, I definitely agree. It looked good, man. It looked cool. It looked like a lot of fun. Obviously you're the big Halo guy here.
Yeah.
But it definitely looks fun.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely like a good time. I'm sure there's gonna and good on Xbox, man. That'll sell some consoles. Like you said, the only knock on this is that this is the game we saw a year ago, and we clowned them because it looked not ready at all. So it is nice to see that the game looks better now.
This is extra time in the oven. Definitely, it's good.
Yeah, it's positive.
It's good.
I like it. Man, so look over Halo Infinite. That's dope. I saw a trailer for this game called Replaced. I wasn't sure if that was exclusive or not. I didn't see that listed or not, but it looked like an interesting side scroller game. It's like a side scroller. It didn't really like a platformer necessarily. They don't rate platforms, but like had some sort of fighting abilities that you'll have to do, and you'll kind of be slashing, hack and slash side scroller type thing. It looked cool. I don't have any major deep dive on it. The gameplay looks pretty straightforward. Again, it's like you're 2D pretty much scrolling working back and forth and slashing. I'm sure they will find ways to make the gameplay make it challenging and interesting along the way. But that's it. They didn't fully go into like whatever the story concept is, or maybe I just didn't follow that part. So I'm not sure exactly what you're following along with.
I didn't catch the story bits either, honestly.
Yeah, so I'm not sure about that, but it looked cool. It looked like another one of those just random indie games you might want to just pick up off a whim one day when it's cheap or you're just bored and you see a game. It looked like one of those for sure, man. So I think people will be interested in that. I might just try to watch somebody like stream something like that, That's the type of game that I wouldn't want to play myself. But I don't ever really watching streams, but I'll go on like maybe a YouTube and watch somebody play through a bit of it. So that was cool. Another game that I don't know that any of us play extensively, but I know Ian has some interest in, was the Outer Worlds 2. They showed that.
Oh yeah.
And
trailer.
The trailer was hilarious. I thought the trailer was really good.
It's like a huge riff on like all these CGI trailers, like we talked about earlier, the beginning, where it's like, yo, picture this: you're on a planet and you're fighting a thing. You're not even sure that thing's gonna be in the game, but it looks cool, right? We don't even have assets. We don't have this ball. We do have a name and the logo, and it's like coming eventually. Kind of funny. It was pretty much a glorified announcement trailer, but it was tongue in cheek.
But it was good.
It was good.
It was good, man. I was happy for them how they did that. There's ways you can do things that can still come off nice to, your consumers, and that was a funny way to do that. Even though people may have wanted more information, or maybe they wanted, faster or whatever, you can still come out and make your announcements in funny ways when you're not giving even when especially when you're not giving people exactly what they want. So, yeah, I thought that looked really good. And you picking that one up? You going to buy an Xbox for that one? No, he ain't got a gaming PC. He ain't got a gaming laptop. I be cracking on him about going to buy Xbox, but the nigga got a PC.
That's one of them games you can crank. You can just slide
cut
the
it
graphics
down a little bit. Yeah,
slide the graphics down. You'll be okay. I can run it on this computer, and this isn't like a powerhouse at all.
Yeah. We're gonna see Ian trying to get Ian on his to actually game on his PC instead of just
play the first one. So
mouse and keyboard like thing.
Who cares? I look at it like, well, I don't want to say that because I don't know. I haven't seen enough. But
I don't know.
Like Ratchet and Clank, you ain't got to play the other ones. Fuck them. Just hop into this one. You'll get it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's real easy. Like fuck all that other story. This story is fire. I've only played one other Ratchet and Clank, and I care about the Lombax lore that I find in this game heavily.
Heavily.
I'm invested, my nigga.
I still gotta play that after Returnal.
Facts.
Yikes.
Okay, Outer Worlds 2. Oh, here we go. I said I was going to show this game love. Forza Horizon 5. That game looked really good. My bad. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I'm actually going to give Forza an honest try. I mean, I could download Horizon 4 right now, but I'm just not really trying to play right now. I'm gonna download this when it comes out in November. I'm in Game Pass PC, and I'm gonna give it a try. Because this one, I mean, I think I've just been on the fence. I don't know why. Forza games, the Horizon games, always look like it's like a sim race, but it leans towards like more of the arcadey side of things.
Stuff, yeah, which is smart.
Yeah, I noticed they're really good at building like their worlds for racing games. I noticed that, especially with this one, because it's based in Mexico. They described how they got the image quality, look how it is. Like they had like dudes just out in parts of Mexico with these expensive ass cameras just recording environment. I don't even know how that technology works. Yeah. They apply it to making a game. Sounded cool though. It looked fun. I mean, Forza, they always look fun, really. It's just more like, are you into them? Yes or no. But this one kind of gets my attention because I guess the first current gen new one,
right,
and I kind of want to see how my PC will handle it.
Yeah,
it looks really good.
My only thing with racing games like Forza before, and to be fair, Gran Turismo gets the same criticism from me, is that it takes more than just a nice looking car to make me want to spend money on your game, especially a full price of any other regular video game. You can't just, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. If you sell a NASCAR game, you're selling that game with the idea that a lot of non-NASCAR fans probably aren't going to pick this up. True. You know why? Because it's only NASCAR. I don't care about NASCAR, and I'm only going in circles. I have no feeling.
Hey, you're going in
Daytona
ovals.
500 or my bad, ovals. My bad, ovals. My fault. No disrespect, NASCAR. But if you don't watch NASCAR and you don't care about that, you don't care about the Daytona 500. If you play the game and win the race, that's not going to mean shit to you. You're not going to feel like you accomplished something. It's not going to be, you know what I'm saying? You approach every race the same because you don't know which ones are the important ones. You're never going to play that. And I feel like that happened to a lot of people with Gran Turismo and some of the earlier Forza games, where people were just playing these games, and then you're like, oh, okay, maybe I might get a little bit motivated because the car that I want to drive the most is locked behind, doing so many races. So you're bored enough, you don't have anything else to play. You play a couple races, you get through, and then you have it. But once you get the car you want in them games, you're done. You're done. There's no story driven. There's nothing. So I always want to see those games take the push to, I think, because I always say this, Need for Speed Most Wanted to me is the best overall racing game, hands down, pound for pound, because you got a story, you were invested in what was happening, but you were always in your vehicle. There was no GTA moment where you're out the car running around or shooting or anything. You were always in your car, but they still made it fun, engaging. They made it feel like you had a personality inside the car. even though you were really just whatever car you had picked that day. You know what I mean? And to see the Gran Turismo and Forza's kind of get closer to that, I think is good. Whether they're actually going to tell you a story and any kind of stuff like that, I don't know. I didn't see that with Forza. I didn't get that feeling from Forza, but I do like the multiplayer aspect to it. It kind of looks like a better, more polished version of like what the crew was trying to do.
Yes, that's actually what I was.
that.
That's actually what I literally took the same exact thing I was going to say.
Damn,
because I do kind of read up and see what people like about these games. Out just kind of get an idea since we're outside of that whole thing, like you said, and especially these like the most recent Horizon games. I think 3, 4, and 5. Well, I know for sure 4 is like this, and this is just building more on that, but just on a larger scale. So it seems that people like these, not, of course, not just because of Forza cars and all that, because the areas you're driving in are all open world and it's all online. So it's like just driving around, you just see people, you can trigger races, which is nothing super new or anything. But I think the way that they've done it is just really polished, and it seems they just keep like refining it. I mean, I don't know how their other Forza game is gonna be. I heard they're doing like a new engine for it, so that'll be like the look even better than this, which is kind of crazy because I think this already looks really good graphically. But I think I will make the jump. November, I don't think I'm playing. I don't think I'll have anything outside of multiplayer stuff I'll be playing then. I'm gonna take the actual try, and I'm gonna see what's good with Forza and see why people still come back to these. And I'll try it out for sure. It looks really good. It looks like they really captured the look of the outdoorsy environmental parts of Mexico, some of the small towns, and it was cool when they were like describing the areas, and you thought, oh, it's just a recording, and all of a sudden you see cars and the camera shifts and you're controlling. And I was like, oh damn, that's seamless as hell. What the hell? Definitely one of the best things they showed at their whole conference. Might even be most anticipated game of the show, but I don't know.
They said it. They words.
I don't know anything.
They words.
Really. But no, overall it looks really good though. One of the best things they showed. Great, gameplay. They put a date on it, November 9th. So yeah.
No, for sure. It did look good. I that's why I started this off by saying I'm leading with love. The game looks good, but I still don't think it's the most anticipated. And the last thing that they showed was, I guess, their
one more thing,
which this was the one that got me excited and made me go.
The concept was dope.
They got one, I think. By concept right now, they got one. We got to see how they come out with the gameplay, but by concept alone, they got one. Arcane Studio.
I'm gonna get Deathloop in September. I'm gonna get it on PS5.
I want to get Deathloop 2 now.
It looks dope, and I think it comes out on my birthday now. So yeah, I do.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think I want to get Deathloop as well. Yeah, I've been pushing out, and you know what? They keep putting that game like on sale for pre-order.
And it features 2 black people.
Yeah,
black
I need to
black
get
man.
I need to try that game out and see how that goes.
For the culture.
Right. I feel like we need to play that. Mm-hmm. We need to play that game with black people everywhere for sure.
Mm-hmm. Being directed by black folks too.
Facts.
I feel like I have to put money where my mouth. Not saying like, oh, even if it's bad, I gotta do it, but it looks good.
No. We will. Hey, listen. Same thing I tell everybody about Yasuke. You can criticize it all you want. Just criticize it fairly and criticize the same way you would criticize these other games. If you're one of those people who shits on all the games, period, and this game is also, not great, and you shit on it, that's cool. But if you're one of those people who's like, oh, well, they might have could have done this better, but I think it was a good effort from this studio. We just want to be kind. And then the black developers come in and you're like, why the fuck would you even try? Y'all suck. Right. Why did you even develop a game? Like,
keep the same energy.
I see how you treating shit different, bro. You don't keep that same energy. I don't like that. So that's what I was talking about with Yasuke, because like I said, some of the animes y'all watch is ass. But Arcane Studios, Redfall. This game looks so good.
It really does.
By the CGI trailer alone.
Yeah.
Now I know it's CGI. I know all that. I get that. I understand. But you're lying to me if that shit didn't get you hyped when you saw that shit. They was lit, bro. The trailer was dope. They went back in time to show us what happened. And listen. I know I've said this on this podcast before. I am a sucker for when you tell me how shit ends and then show me how they got there. I'm a sucker for that shit. My favorite book of all time starts that way. I am a sucker for that. Tell me the end at the beginning. That's exactly what they did. All 4 of them are standing there looking bad, and they're like, damn. And then they still had that moment in the trailer where I'm like, oh, damn, Shorty about to get clapped. How's she gonna make it out of this? And then she made it out. I was like, ah. Shorty kept using the little magic elevator, and she had the little magic. Bro, listen, it's the small details. Shorty used the little magic to reload her weapon. Did y'all peep that? Did y'all catch that?
I did see that. She was like,
she was using the magic. She didn't actually touch the gun. She just
that shit was raw.
I said, she's
that
raw.
Was fire.
I said, I need to play with her.
I'm trying.
She got a rifle and she got magic. That's all I've ever asked for. Sign me up. I need that. I need to see that happen.
I need to play more arcane games. Honestly, look, Layla Ellison. That's her name. Old girl, black chick.
Okay.
Shout out to like giving all the punk black girl looks. This is literally the first time I've seen in games. Really, that's the first thing I saw.
Yeah. No, she's dope. She got the afro. She got the man.
Got the gold. The gold.
Got the afro. The rifle. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of her, bro. And this, man. This is dope. This is super dope. I cannot wait.
It's gonna be a fight to play as her. If it's like one of
I will figure out how to play this game. I'm figuring out how to play this game. I am. And if I have to buy an Xbox, I'll swallow my pride.
They said, honestly, bro, I think this might have been the game that got Patrice to say what she said in the chat the other day, where she's like, I guess I gotta get an Xbox. And I was like, oh shit. I feel like this was it.
I can see that.
I kind of feel like this was it. No,
Redfall has potential to be
I was kind of shocked.
We have to listen. Hopefully they don't bottle the gameplay. Hopefully they don't. If they don't fuck up the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
This is a system seller. I will go try to find an Xbox.
It's gonna be on Game Pass. It's gonna be on Game Pass day one.
I will go find one. Find me an Xbox somewhere and I'll play this because that looks like it, bro.
This looks fire.
That looks like they got one on in the tuck. That looked amazing. Loved it. Nothing negative to say about that game. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're fighting vampires. That looked fire. And all they gotta do now, if they just really want me to buy an Xbox like today and wait for it, all they got to do is be like, hey,
don't do that yet.
No, I'm not. Come on, exaggeration. You know that. But if all they got to do is say, hey, bro, there's some werewolves over here looking to take them vampires down too. They might be in the game a little bit. Throw me that, and I'm in there, bro. You telling me it's basically Underworld the game? Yeah, sign me up.
Werewolf DLC,
Werewolf. Oh,
werewolf. Oh yeah, you have to do the
but you might have to fight them. I don't want to fight them. I want to pick a side and Lycans versus whatever.
Yeah, it happens. Oh, there's a wallpaper. Oh, I'm downloading this.
But yeah, y'all felt the same way about it. Y'all was super hyped.
This is definitely one of them examples of like it's a CGI trailer. You know, it's not true gameplay, but if the concept is cool and exciting, then I will, be like, okay, I'm eager to see more based off what the trailer was showing. And they said summer next year. Damn,
I gotta see that, man.
They're gonna have Deathloop in September, and this might like just under a year later. That's if there's no delays. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that's there for a good one, man. And that was everything for Xbox, man. A lot of those games are going to Game Pass day one. I think that's super dope. There's a good showing for Xbox, man. Great for them. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the Xbox people.
Yeah,
good. It's a decent E3.
A decent E3. Xbox, Nintendo carried.
For Ubisoft sure. But that's expected. They're the big boys.
Pretty much. Yeah. At the very least, I think that's what makes this decent. Like if one of them stumbled, like Xbox in 2019, or I don't think Nintendo's really had a bad E3 direct with the Switch. If it was like a Wii U era E3, then this would have been rough. It would have been like, all right, bad spirits all around. But yeah, they both showed up for the most part and had really good conferences. This Xbox conference, it gives me, and I keep talking them up. I'd be like, I want Xbox to do good. I know the acquisitions are stupid. We have to wait 3-4 years to see some stuff. But I think now we're actually starting to. I mean, they bought Bethesda. That's a little different, but like
for sure.
And they still got stuff in the tuck like Fable, Perfect Dark, and all that stuff. Hellblade 2, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, this tells me that I think this is going to be a really. They're going in the right direction overall. They're going in the right direction. I think it's going to be a good, healthy generation.
For sure. I agree. So. I definitely agree.
Everyone's going to be firing all cylinders. So exciting times ahead. Decent E3. The best they could do for everything at the past year and a half, considering.
Yeah, man. Guys, man, that's been our E3 special. I think it was a good episode. It's late here, folks, so we're gonna wrap this up quick. No waffling here at the end. Look, we see our father dad down there. He definitely needs some sleep.
He's mastering the art of he's mastering the art of limited sleep now.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. I get it.
I'm not mastering.
He's not mastering at all. He's struggling.
Absolutely not. I'm over here.
I mean, you're awake, so
barely open.
No, man.
That's
yeah,
why I
man. We appreciate you for being here with us, man. That's what it is, man. That's what it is, you know. So I'm glad we're able to get this done, man. I'm gonna get this up quickly for us, man, so people can hear this. And hey, man, it's a good episode, man. I appreciate y'all for listening. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed this E3 episode. If there's any games we missed that you think we should have mentioned, let us know. We'll top it up on a regular pod or something like that.
Drop it in the comment section.
Please. In the comment section and hop on YouTube. I don't know if I'll make this a YouTube exclusive or not. We'll see. I'm not sure. But yeah, man, if you check this out, you're here to the end. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for listening. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, enjoy. It's been 2 Ugly Nerds, but there's 3 of us, and it's a special.
We special. Peace. All right, please.